reveals that they have crossed through time to arrive here from the Wano of 20 years ago.
I loved this. Do you need that?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Bruh.
It was a lot.
Bruh.
It's almost like a burp.
Bruh. Hello and welcome to another episode of Volume 1 of the Anime and Manga Podcast, where we highlight and discuss new series each week. But today, we are back with more Done Piece.
Woo!
It's Wano month, baby! We are in the land of Wano! Woo!
It sounds like you're going to cry a little bit. Get a little teary-eyed.
Dude, I am! Which means that today, my name is Josh Zorojiro, the Ronin Michaels. And I am joined by
Mehgan, Nami Wano Perrine.
Nami Wano.
Nami Wano, watch
You
out.
know, Nami Wano.
You know her. You love her.
Oh my God, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of our Done Piece series. Today we're going to be covering Act 1 of Wano. That's going to be chapters 909 through 924. We are in the land of Wano. What a crazy journey. To say that we're finally here feels insane. Reading this felt insane. We watched more of the anime than we've ever watched.
Yeah.
For an art discussion. Everything about this. I mean, I guess there are people out there who might feel like Wano is overhyped, but those people are freaking crazy. Those people are freaking out of their mind.
Yeah, the first act at least. I mean, like, completely blew away my expectations. I felt like we were in the new world when we were in Whole Cake Island, but this feels like a whole new world. I mean, this is a whole new world that the Straw Hats are going into, and all of their allies, and like everyone's there, and it's all coming to a head. I feel like with the with the emperors.
Yes.
It just feels crazy, and it just definitely overall vibes are like so different. And I don't know if it's because we've seen like it is an ode. It's not exactly Japan, but it is an ode to Japan, the Japanese culture,
like that kabuki theater.
Yeah.
Type of act structure.
Yes.
The setting is. I love how the setting, everything thematically feels woven together, down to the scenery. Even watching the anime, how the curtains come up. Act 1 begins.
The OST.
Act 2. One wish, one dream. And I just keep singing One Piece, One Piece over and over.
And I love how everything matches. I love how all of the Straw Hats like themes, like Luffy's theme, Zoro theme with the cutscenes in the anime, like Nami's.
Bro.
We haven't seen Nami's yet, but we've just seen Luffy's and Zoro's. But they are in that style. Everything just seems so like it's all on brand. Like everything has changed. It feels so much fun, and the comedy. I mean. I laughed so hard. I laughed so many times, and it just hit every time. And
I think it's because we took it back to the OG 2, right? We took it back to Zoro and Luffy, which is a dynamic that I feel like we don't get to see very often, especially just the two of them with no one else around. And the stuff that they get into when no one else is around, when Nami's not there to rein them back, or Robin's not there, or Usopp's not there, they wreak havoc in the funniest, most chaotic, most awesome way possible.
Yeah.
I love seeing the two of them together without anybody else telling them not to do something.
Yeah, they don't understand the definition of lay low. And even Zoro's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't. I mean, they were okay. Zoro had a pretty good excuse. They were going to kill me.
He was trying for a little bit, I feel like,
Yeah, he was. He was trying to stay out of trouble. But Luffy, I mean, you can't ask that of him.
Yeah. My heart melted when they reunited. When they reunited, specifically Zoro and Luffy reunited. Because Luffy, sure, is going to run and scream and be over the moon about seeing his crewmates again. But Zoro, the stoic warrior. When he saw Luffy, this man lit up. This man got so, he's like, Luffy! He got so excited. Big ass smile on his face. Big ass smile. So excited. My heart melted.
Yeah. Luffy gave him a big old hug. It was very cute moment. Very small, but like impactful.
Yeah. Not only that, but just getting to see so many other characters being brought back into the fold. Marco the Phoenix being brought back into the fold, a character who I love, by the way. I am taken with this man. I was taken with him in Marineford, but then seeing him here again, taking care of Pops's village, Whitebeard's village is so, it was so touching to me. This man seems soft. This man seems hard, but soft. You know what I mean? Like strong, but gentle. And I appreciate that. And like, I appreciate that character, and I love her. And I love Marco, dude.
What?
I
What is that? Why did you say it? What was that?
Sorry.
I don't get the joke. I love her?
No, I appreciate strength, but also gentleness in a character, and I love her.
Oh, I thought you said I love her. I was like,
oh, no. I love him.
I was like, what are you talking about now?
But yeah, dude. I mean, getting to see also the foreshadowing that Oda does and has always done is incredible. And here we get to see payoff to foreshadowing in the case of like cursed blades that go all the way back even farther. But then also with a callback to Marineford when Ace talked about learning how to weave hats in Wano is playing a huge part in Act 1 of Wano. Again, like I said, bringing back Marco, him having a message for Luffy. It just, the reintroduction of characters we haven't seen in a long time, the payoffs.
Yeah, we get to see Ace's connection with Wano. And I have a very good inkling that, he was there for, I think, like a couple months or at least a couple weeks at
couple
most.
weeks, he said.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
And I can only imagine the hijinks that man got up to in a couple weeks.
That's what I'm saying. So there's so many more possibilities, and just seeing him again, and like for the first time, Luffy having to deliver that news, because everyone else on the Straw Hats knew. Everyone who was at Marineford saw. The whole world was informed. Everyone knew. So to be, having to tell Otama, like, yeah, no, he's
and that's
dead.
because,
and he had to like say that too out loud. Like, I was like, oh my god, he's reliving all of this. Like, oh,
because Wano is closed off from the rest of the world, and you really feel that because, like you said, the whole world knows what happened to Ace.
Yeah, Sabo even. I mean,
but Wano within its closed borders has no idea of what's going on in the outside world by design, and we even get to see down to a very scary level. They're poisoning the rivers and poisoning the food, but they're also poisoning the minds of the youth. And they're feeding them lies.
That's even scarier.
That's even scarier.
That's generational baggage right there.
Yeah. There's a couple things I want to talk about up top too. All of those things we just mentioned. Everything we just mentioned. Wano Act 1 is the best start. The best start. It simultaneously feels like when I'm in Wano reading, the art also feels like there was a jump in quality in the anime, but there was a jump in quality in the manga as well. The art, the scenery, incredible.
The
all
characters,
of that.
awesome. And some of these like splash pages, like with like Luffy, stretching during the sumo fight and seeing all of the details on all of the roofs of the town, and like it was just like wow, like Oda.
It feels like a completely different story while still feeling the most One Piece it's ever felt, which is absolutely insane. All of these things, but bitch, time traveling samurai.
When I got to that point, I said you need to read it to the end of 919.
Yeah,
I was like, just you're gonna I was like,
and I was like, yeah.
I was gagunked, bitch. I was gagunked out of my fucking mind, bitch. My mind was out, and it was like gagunk, and I was like, quiet down, you're too gagunked.
Yeah,
and it would not shut up.
Because when Mehgan freaks out like that, sometimes it could be just that chopper, It could just be that Chopper cut out a little picture of Kurika in the newspaper.
I did. I was going to tell
So she
you,
was
like, watch
"Oh my
out.
God." Yeah, she was
It's
like,
a
"Oh
crazy
my
plot
God."
point. It's
Yeah.
the craziest shit ever. It changes everything. And Josh is like, oh shit. And he's like reading, and it's just like Chopper being cute again. He's like, oh.
And I was like, I fell for it again. But no, you definitely didn't underhype that moment. I mean, Mehgan, this is why we have to do a live reading at some point, because Mehgan, when she read that, she literally like rolled back in her computer chair from her laptop screen where she was reading, and it was just face cracked, dude. She made the same face that Robin and Frankie and Usopp made when they saw the paper with Luffy in it. She went like, I can't even do the face, but it's kind of like that, you know?
It's like,
Usopp's
roll your
eyes,
back.
yeah. Usopp, yeah, there you go. Usopp's eyes roll back in his head too. Yeah. Do it. Someone's gonna screenshot that, dude.
Is it good?
Yeah.
It's good.
It's great.
I can't see it. I'll see it later and be like,
yeah, you're gonna like cut that out.
dumb bitch, cut it out. Yeah.
But she was face cracked, dude. I mean, you guys know. Maybe you don't, but you know, if you've watched our videos for a while now, then you know I'm a sucker for time travel. Doctor Who. I mean, you know, anything. The list can go on. Time travel. Any time travel
Your
movie.
time travel.
I've probably seen it. Time travel book. I've probably read it. I am obsessed with time travel.
You're a little time travel hoe.
I'm a hoe for time travel.
Yeah.
And I was already prepared in Whole Cake Island. I went on a whole tear, dude. I got passionate, I got loud, I got red. And I said, One Piece is my favorite manga of all time. My favorite story. I'm sorry, not manga. Story of all time. And that was pre-time travel. This solidified, cemented, and secured its place in my heart as being one of the best stories of all time. And I will say my favorite story of all time. Whatever was up there just got bumped down. To second place.
Damn. You're serious.
I'm so serious. Time traveling samurai, excuse me. Now we can go forward in time. I believe it's only a matter of time before we can start going backwards in time. There was a prophecy, and you know, it is said that man can't revisit the past but can leap into the future. However, I mean, says who? You know?
Yeah. They said that now until there's like the time fruit.
Right.
You know?
Right. Which again opens up the possibility for some and opens up the floor to discuss some possible theories. I mean, this is wild. We got a lot of information.
And
a lot
only
of
I think
possibilities.
15 chapters was like,
bruh.
It was a lot.
Bruh.
It's almost like a burp.
Bruh. It was crazy, dude. Oh, man. Not only that, and look, we have a highlighted comment today, too, and we're going to talk about a few other things before we start going through it a little bit more beat by beat. And people tried to warn us. But we got to it too late. We got what?
Yeah, one person warned us, and I don't remember seeing any comments about it, so it was very interesting because I would consider that, you know, me, a person who gets spoiled a lot, or unintentionally, intentionally doesn't do things in order not to be spoiled. But that's one thing. That is a reason why I don't consume this thing as often in anime, because they tend to spoil things in that season or series. So
you have a habit of skipping OPs because you don't want anything spoiled, and I don't. I love to watch them. I usually don't mind any minor spoiler that might be shown in an OP. However, I do feel like what we saw in this OP was not minor. I mean, I guess if you really
it wasn't.
Look at it.
Yeah. And we didn't know. Like, we had no idea. We were just getting, you know, oh, watch this episode. Like, I don't think there was one comment that said, don't watch the OP. Like, do not watch the OP, because we would have not watched it. And I'll listen to the song. I would have been like, one dream.
Yeah. Mehgan literally sits there with her eyes closed and lets the OP play because she doesn't want to see it.
And then I'll be like, oh, know all the words, but I just will skip. I just won't. And then at the very end, like more towards the end, I'll be like, oh, okay, now I know all the characters in the opening.
Right.
Now I can watch it. Which is kind of sad, but
yeah. And it's kind of baffling to me that they would include this, but someone did warn us, but it was a little too late. Alas, we had already watched the first episode and got it spoiled for us. But there were clues. We talked about previously, I think, maybe even in the Reverie episode that we did, we talked about seeing Sanji with his raid suit in that little canister thing that it's in with the number 3 on it. And we had seen it in the manga that he had kept it, and Luffy and Chopper were telling him to hold on to it, to not throw it away. So we knew it was going to come into play. We knew it was going to be used at some point. But it was the reveal of, it wasn't so much the reveal of it being used.
In Wano, it was, it was what he looked like.
It was the reveal of his appearance.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm not mad. I mean, it's going to be sick when it happens. It's going to be like, way more of a payoff than just seeing it, of course. But I was like, wow, they went for it. Because I could see if it was in the first like 6 episodes, like it wasn't even in Act 1.
No, it wasn't even in Act 1 at all. Like not even hinted at all.
Yeah. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, wild. But the first half of this, this Act 1, the first part of the Wano arc was an absolutely incredible start. It was probably the best. In my personal opinion, it was the best start to any arc so far. It was incredible. Everything about even the new characters that we were introduced to, Otama, one of the cutest characters I've ever seen. And
are you kidding me? Like,
broke my heart.
Bro, in the anime, like in the manga, I loved her. And in the anime, like that voice actress just gives her so much life, and like I love her so much.
Yeah,
I really, really. I mean, as for what people give to the One Piece anime, like the pacing's bad. There's so much filler. Like, I mean, Wano as of right now is some of the best of the anime that I've seen. Besides like Whole Cake, I think it's just because it's like a gradual getting better and strategically upwards versus downwards. But yeah, the anime was just awesome with the music and all the characters and freaking just all of it. Like Zoro's like first fight.
The first fight in the first episode.
What?
Absolutely beautifully, fluidly animated, in the thickness, the variation and thickness of line art throughout the animation in the first episode.
The intentional
the entirety
style
of what we saw in Wano.
I mean,
the colors seem a little softer too.
It was
just soft.
We're just having a grand old time.
And we were having a blast.
Yeah.
One
dream. It's one
piece.
dream.
I just keep saying One Piece.
Over the top. The song bangs too.
It bangs so hard. It bangs so I was worried we were gonna get a noise complaint too. We were watching it so loud. But yeah, it's not only that, but getting to see Otama. Okay, yeah, her cute. Her connection, her devil fruit ability, or her ability, her connection to Ace, all of that, amazing. But also Okiku, another main character or new character that we get introduced to. Yeah,
I'm obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed
Kinemon's Boothang.
Kinemon's Boothang. I love all of them.
I love how she looks like a traditional sort of painting.
Yeah, no, I was expecting her to be like, like in anime, of course it's 2D, but they kind of draw them in a 3D style. Like I thought she was going to just stay like flat like that, like she is in the manga, but they didn't do that.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, this character's wild.
And getting to see the worst generation, I've had an affinity. I've been drawn to Hawkins. Maybe it's because of the cards. Maybe it's because of his aesthetic. But I've been drawn to him. Of all the worst generation
maybe it's the straw.
Captains that we've maybe it is the straw that we've met. Kid, Hawkins, Law, obviously. These were some of my favorites. I came around to Capone in Whole Cake. I actually became really fond of him after Whole Cake. Still on the fence about Apu a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. He's just,
Oh, and now after the Reverie, Bonnie was sick from the jump, too.
Yeah.
Bonnie was sick in Saboti. Bonnie was so sick in Saboti, but I just feel like we never got to see a lot of Bonnie.
Yeah, I want more Bonnie.
Every time
she is on the page, I'm like, okay, we're not going to see her again, ever.
But
that's what it feels like sometimes with the worst generation.
Yeah. Finally getting to see more Hawkins and see that he's aligned himself with Kaido. And I'll say this about Hawkins, too. He is a very competent right-hand man.
I love
headliner.
Seeing him, like his abilities showcased more and how sick he was at drawing the cards, and that would indicate whether it was a good card or a bad card, and that indicated whether he was going to give like a good like I guess like what's the word? Battle. What's the word?
Well, I mean,
turn.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I, you could, and I
Turn.
could be, I could be reaching here, but he was drawing the cards, and the cards were telling him what was going to happen. This could be maybe in the world of One Piece viewed as some form of observation hockey.
It
could just be viewed as like this magical thing that he has learned, but seeing him pull the tarot cards and that indicating to him what move to make next.
Yeah.
Awesome. And of course, the fact that he can use this giant straw man.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's woven with the lives of his
crewmates and subordinates, so that he's like, oh, if I have 10, I have 10 lives that I can waste. Like,
insane.
The straw sword.
Sick.
I mean,
bro, Hawkins is, it'd be so sick to go through and rank our favorite Worst Generation captains, because Hawkins has got to be up there. Even from down to his aesthetic, dude, he looks a little bit like Lestat a little bit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But also he's got that magical tarot reading side to him.
He looks like definitely he has like a 80s singer vibe.
Yeah.
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 Definitely with the long blonde hair. It's like a Fabio. He's like a skinnier Fabio type.
I guess,
I don't know. I just kind of get that vibe with like the ruffle.
Right.
Long hair. It's not.
I would say he's more Lestat than Fabio, but either way, he's his own man, and don't get that mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like theme is like Master of Puppets.
Okay.
I think is that the song?
Because
Obey Your Master.
Mehgan, you're asking a lot of me right now. You're asking a lot of me right now.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, just seeing more of the Worst Generation, seeing him. Obviously, Law getting to see Law, him reuniting with some of his crew too.
Oh,
seeing Beppo with his little top knot was pretty cute. Everybody had mad diarrhea in Wano, which I get.
They had what is it called? Montezuma's Revenge. Have you ever heard of Montezuma's Revenge? Yeah, when you go to Mexico.
Heard it called that.
Yeah. And then you drink the water on accident. And usually you get Montezuma's Revenge, so you gotta brush your
flush
teeth
it out
with bottled water and purified water. They all got Montezuma's Revenge, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get it because, currently I'm trying to diet. I'm drinking a meal replacement that gives me diarrhea. I'm pretty sure they just went down to Wano, scooped up some water in them bottles. And that's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Wano water, dude, because I got mad diarrhea. Probably a little bit of poison in there.
Okay. No one wants to hear about your bowel movements right now.
Body goals. Maybe
goals, hashtag.
Maybe I'll lose a little bit of weight in the process. I loved everything about this arc, man. I was so completely transported, completely enthralled. I was living in this act. I was living in the manga, and then we went from the manga to the anime. Been eating this, breathing this. I don't want this to end. I'm having such a good time, and even Luffy, seeing Luffy go up against Kaido for a brief moment. But even seeing the stakes, the plan, what is going to unfold, the past, the prophecy, Oda, chill.
Yeah.
Chill. He's going so hard. And that's what I mean back to the foreshadowing with Ace being in Wano, having woven that hat for Oars Jr. and talking about that at Marineford. We're going all the way back to, I believe it was Logtown. I believe. I could be wrong about that, but when Zoro was shopping for his swords. And he had the same cursed blade. He has the number 3. Mm-hmm. Luffy comes across the number 2.
Orange Town.
I don't think it was Orange Town.
Because that's where they met Nami.
I've been given shit for saying you're wrong.
Tashigi. Before. That's where he meets up with Tashigi in that shop. And she doesn't know who he is yet. And she's like, oh, that sword. That's a crazy sword.
Is Josh right? Or is Mehgan right? Or are neither of us right?
Maybe, because that's what I don't know.
But yeah, I'm just saying that was so early on in the story, and it's getting paid off here. We're meeting characters that we know have to have existed and have maybe heard about, and we're seeing them, and other characters that we've already met, seeing their effects on Wano, even down to Whitebeard and Roger, and anytime we get to see more Cat Viper and Dogstorm. I love this line too that they say at some point. I think it was Dogstorm who was saying this line, the the samurais of Wano, I have it written down, so I'll be able to say it better when we get there. But you know me in quotes. Whitebeard, the samurai of Wano, that Whitebeard was taken by or charmed by, and even like Roger was taken with too. That was probably the worst. Retelling of that phrase. But I'll say it better when we get to it. But just like even certain lines of dialogue and the way, the overall story was told, this was absolutely one of my favorite reads. I love everything about the series. I love every arc, and it feels like every arc more and more and more. And sure, you're building. That is how it should go, because we're getting introduced to more of the world, more of the characters. The stakes should be rising. Things should feel like they're coming to a head, and they do. I absolutely loved every moment of this. There was not a dull moment, not that there ever is, but again, not thousands, I'm being dramatic, 1,000 almost chapters for us in, and I'm still feeling this way. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. No other series has ever had me this way. I've read long shonen series. I've read Naruto. I've read Bleach. Naruto being longer. None has had me like this series has me. This far in. Naruto got wild towards the end.
Yeah, I heard some of that.
Yeah.
But I totally agree. I mean, it is crazy to see like a series just get better and better and better and better. And having come to Wano now, like, it is truly just like insane that we still have 3 more years of One Piece to go. And I say still because, people were like, only 3. Like, I mean, I just to see the story unfold and just to have been able to get to this point where we are going to be able to read most of Wano by binging it and not waiting week for week. Like, it's just so fun because this is like the last time we'll be able to binge read a lot of One Piece, unless we just wait until it's all done,
which I'm not going to be able to do. Just saying.
No. But yeah, it's just so magical, and like everything you said, ditto.
Yeah, everything
you said, ditto. I mean, I couldn't really put any more words on it than you did. It's just like so immersive, so fun, so funny. Seeing all of these characters having to work together because there's no way that he could beat Kaido or even try to go up against Kaido like we saw by himself, because it doesn't mean anything. It does not hurt him in any way. So strategy will be a big player in Wano, and everyone's individual roles and strengths. I'm super excited to see everyone, step up. Yeah. And like they always do, but in this time they have to really step up because they are going up against an emperor, and
the forces that they have to help them. They have the samurai, they have the mink army, they have, I think Kinemon said, ideally they are 5,000 strong. Absolutely insane. I can't wait. This is just Act 1. There's a lot of other things that we still haven't even touched on. A lot of other things we still haven't talked about or gone further into that we will in our beat by beat discussion. But before that, we have to get to our highlighted comment of the day. Our highlighted comment of the day, which today comes to us from Lavish Kaskar.
Ooh.
This is, of course, on our previous episode, the Reverie episode. Lavesh says, I'm gonna put a little accent on it. Says, do you guys know that there was a countdown for Wano in the Reverie chapters? So, chapter 903, Luffy becomes the 5th emperor. Chapter 904, 4 revolutionary captains are revealed. Chapter 905, 3rd admiral's first appearance. Chapter 906, 2nd straw hat was revealed. The big straw hat. Chapter 907, 1 true king of the world government was revealed. Chapter 908, PX0, aka Kuma's fate, was revealed. So that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, counting down to Wano.
That's fun.
It is fun. It is fun. And I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So shout out. Thank you for that comment.
Thank you.
Leave a comment on this video too. Let us know some interesting tidbits, some interesting facts, even some corrections. We're not afraid to be corrected. We're not perfect human beings and we get things wrong. And there was one thing that I did get wrong until I watched it in the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And after seeing it in the anime, I was like, oh, damn, that's how that went down? I completely misread that situation. And it wasn't a situation more so than it was the very end when we see someone in a cage.
Yeah.
I thought that the person spitting out bones was Kid. But when I saw it in the anime, it's very clear that it is not Kid.
That ain't no kid.
That ain't Kid.
That's
Kid.
a adult.
Yeah. All right, you ready to start going through this?
Yeah.
All right. Where we pick up is Cat Viper paying a visit to Marco the Phoenix in the village that Pops built. This was an awesome moment between a character, again, that I love so much. His devil fruit ability, the Phoenix fruit, his character design, his personality, his charm, his strength, his everything. I'm taken.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a village, this being a village that we learn if countries aren't allowed or able, to pay the heavenly tribute to the world government, then they are pretty much
shit out of luck.
Yeah. And these villages, these kingdoms, these islands, basically become lawless and a very dangerous place to live because they are stricken by poverty and just the worst.
Yeah.
The worst things happen. This is a town like this was the town that Whitebeard himself was from. And not having a family and seeing what this did to his village, this was something that he wanted to prevent if he could. And why family was so important to him. And the more we learn about Whitebeard, and the more we understand this man's heart, like, he wasn't just Pops. He was Poppy.
He was Poppy.
This man had a heart as big as his mustache.
Yeah.
He was such a kind guy. And the panel where Marco is taking off his glasses, tears in his eyes, talking about this being the reason why Pops was always such a cheapskate, and he never paid the tab because all of his treasure was going here.
Well, this was his treasure.
And this was his treasure. And deciding then and going more into what happened with Blackbeard and how they had this grudge war, but that they decided to protect this final memento that Pops, aka Whitebeard, had left behind. Beautiful.
Yeah, great moment.
Beautiful. They also bring up in their discussion. They also bring up Weevil and his mom. Weevil,
yeah. They're like, yeah, he just wants his inheritance, but I can't speak on Whitebeard's relationship with women.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whitebeard got around.
That's a true homie right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, there's a woman running around saying that she had Whitebeard's baby. I don't know nothing about that. I know everything about that man, but I don't know nothing about that. You're going to have to take that up with him. He's dead. Well, I guess some things,
That's so fucked up.
I guess some things must remain a mystery. So
we said, pobrecito Sabito.
Yeah.
Pobrecito Marquitito.
Marquito. Yeah, I felt bad for him, man. Again, that panel, it got me where he was rubbing his eyes, crying. Man,
it was sad. I mean, literally, I think in this arc, especially in the anime too, I just am feeling way more sad about Ace every time I read and watch. Because it is if you really break it down, that fool, out of all of these other motherfuckers running around, getting away with everything, Doflamingo, slavery trades, the fucking celestial dragons, all of these people doing horrible things, and Ace went out that way.
And
fucked up.
When we were watching the anime too, I mean, I really felt it the same. We were watching the anime and I got super emotional, and I was like, Ace did not deserve that. Like, Ace did not deserve what happened to him at all. At all.
And he was so young.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Like, it's so sad. It's, like, so unfair.
It's
like,
unfair.
Make an example
it feels
of fucking
unfair.
someone that is bad. Instead, you do it to someone that is not bad and is an actually good person.
I mean, that's why from a story point of view, it hits more. But damn, it's just not fair. It's just not fair. An interesting thing too, though, is Marco does recount. I can't remember if it was Cat Viper or Marco. I think it was one of the two. But they recount like, well, that woman who's going around claiming to be the baby mama of Whitebeard, she would have been on the same ship like around that time ago. However, she does seem to be more concerned about an inheritance, and also doesn't seem like the type of person who's going to take the answer that there is no inheritance very well. So that was just kind of interesting too, that the way they talk about it is like, well, she could be.
Yeah, that could be his son.
Yeah. But at the very end of their conversation, Marco asks Cat Viper to send a message to Luffy, and we do not know what that message is, and I have no idea, and nor can I really speculate on what that message is.
He goes,
yeah.
One dream, one wish.
And Cat Viper's like,
And he's like, over the top.
I'll pass that along.
Thank you.
I'll pass that along. This was such a perfect introduction, I feel like, to this act. It's really set the tone. And it was...
I mean, nothing set the tone more than seeing the land of Wano.
Which is right where we're at. The land of Wano.
I was like, gunk, shooty, kabooty. Like,
shoot me in my kabooty.
Yeah, yeah.
This was one of the most beautiful landscapes, sceneries that we've seen, and we've seen some crazy shit in One Piece. Which is some crazy places. But this, like, jaw dropped. Beautiful. Beautiful. And it lived up to the art in the anime, too. So fantastic. The cherry blossoms flying everywhere.
I'm really liking your earrings, too.
They hurt my ears.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But you hear him, like, little jingle. It's really... Zoro always is, like, walking around, like...
Yeah, that's the cool part about cosplay. You get to understand them on a deeper level because, you know, you start to understand what they have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying that's, like, you know, always painful for him, like...
Well, his ears are actually probably pierced, so maybe it's less painful. These are just literally poking me in the ear so that they can stay there. Very painful. But yeah, Wano, the introduction to Wano, beautiful. And we see that all the Straw Hats that were sent there are there, playing their roles.
I love this. I mean, arguably, like, some of the most... I would say mature Straw Hats, like definitely Robin and Frankie.
Yeah.
Robin's already had experience infiltrating places and lying to people. So
and Robin
she's
as a geisha makes so much sense.
She fits. I mean, she fits. She is struggling a little bit. She's like, move faster, move your hips, and she's like, move your hands, and she's like, but
right.
I mean, all of them are Frankie, Usopp. They all just fit in their roles so perfectly.
Yeah, we got Franosuke or Fronosuke. I'm doing it again, guys. I'm doing it again, not on purpose. I panicked. Okay, let me say Momonosuke. Let me sing the song. Momonosuke. So it's Franosuke. Franosuke.
No.
Frankie, the carpenter. We got Usohachi, the toad oil salesman. Makes perfect sense. And Orobi, the geisha. On top of course, Zorojiro, the ronin. Yeah, they all fit these roles so perfectly. Of course, Zoro lives, breathes, exudes Wano.
Yeah,
being a master
he fits in so well.
Robin fits in very well. Honestly, Frankie fits in so well. They all fit in.
Yeah, they all fit in so well.
But yeah, they are all doing what they've been told by Kinemon to do, which is play their roles. Kinemon, there's a little flashback to their meeting, and he tells them who the Shogun of Wano is. Kurozumi Orochi, who has ties to Kaido, and he tells them to lay low until the rest of the crew gets there. And for the most part, they do. But Zoro ends up getting framed for
for
these
slashing.
murders.
Yeah, like the craziest thing I could see, like stealing. It's like, oh no, someone's just slashing people on the streets. Like,
which is another
It's
scene
a
in the anime that I felt like
thing.
was way more fleshed out.
yeah, it was. I feel like in the manga it was like just cut to him.
It was just cut to him.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, Zoro, what did you do now?
Yeah, and I was like,
you did it too."
I was like, did Zoro just slash people? I mean, he
Yeah.
had to have a good reason, right?
Yeah.
But in the anime, they kind of give a lot of time to,
yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
But he ends up, of course, he was framed, and he ends up, killing his accuser, or quote unquote killing, because the Straw Hats don't kill anybody. But sometimes you got to be like, are you sure about that?
Yeah, in the anime, they're like, there's blood everywhere. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, how can he cut like through people and not like cut through people? You get me?
Yeah,
feel
that's
me?
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless he's that much of a master, which he is, and he can control the depth of his cut. So he just cuts them deep enough to incapacitate them, but not to kill them. He knows if he goes just like
the right amount of
hair
amount
deeper,
of deepness.
if he goes a little deeper, he knows just how deep
Yeah.
to go. No matter who you are, he could just look at you with his one eye, with his one-eyed monster. Because Zoro is a one-eyed monster, and he just knows how deep to go. And sometimes you think it's like too far, but then you warm up to it. You're like, nah, that's Goldilocks deep, bruh. That's Goldilocks deep. And you whisper it like that too. Zoro is the one-eyed monster.
Ooh, that was good. That was a good one.
Anyway, this was crazy, and this is in the anime when this like fight between all of them was animated so beautifully, fluid. Just again, there's just this softness that there feels to be in the coloring of Wano. I love it. The rest of the gang, they all look at the paper covering the reverie. This is the rest of the gang on the Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
They all are looking at the paper. It's talking about the reverie. Very, very cool moment because we get to see all of them, see everybody. Oh, it's been so long since we've seen Vivi, or oh, look, there's Dalton and Chopper, so cute. Sees Kuriha, gets emotional, cuts out her picture.
So cute. He's like, don't cut that out. And yeah, so adorable.
I'm not done reading the article, says Nami, I think. But Chopper is just so like,
that's his mom, and like imagine like
so happy to see her.
No cell phones, no, you can't really get letters. I mean, you are pretty much like, when I see you again.
Yeah.
So it's like when you have a picture of one of your loved ones, you're like, wow, like that's what they look like. I kind of forgot.
I mean, that's why they have Nami's family has her wanted poster. Hung up.
Yeah.
It was a very cute moment.
That's
and
why
of course,
all of them are so happy to see the wanted poster, because it's just like a little reminder.
A little update.
A little update on them.
And of course, Sanji cuts out some pictures too. You know what I'm saying?
That was wild. That was some wild shit.
Let the man, after whole cake.
Okay, go get pictures of people you don't know.
Well, I guess you're right. I was gonna say, ain't no porno magazines in One Piece.
There are what is it? Lady boats. Is that what they call them?
Oh yeah.
There's definitely porno magazines.
Stussy was pretending to be head of the pleasure district.
Yeah.
So but he can't ask the ship to go off course to the pleasure district. He's got to go to the pleasure district in his quarters.
Oh.
Which is just newspaper cutouts. He's doing it old school. He's doing it old school.
Yeah.
Of
everyone he's ever met.
Yeah.
Every woman he's ever had any one interaction with.
I don't mean to be that guy and whatever, and I don't mean to be inappropriate, and I'm not even saying it's right. But you act like people don't do that.
I know people do that, and I don't understand why I'm surprised that Sanji of all people would do that. But bro, a newspaper article.
Bro,
when they're just waving,
school.
when they're not doing anything sexual, posing for pictures, wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
It is
kind
of funny.
Shit.
It is kind of funny. I like it. I like it because it's so hilarious to picture somebody masturbating to newspaper articles.
That's how they did it back in the day.
I mean, they had to. They had to. Can't fault them for that. Then we see that there's an octopus that's sneaking on board, and the tall rolling waves that look like traditional. They do in like traditional Japanese paintings and stuff. This was really cool. And the giant koi fish that they are confused as to why they're able to survive in these waters because koi fish are freshwater fish.
And I'm still confused too.
There's they called it like the water either was so fresh or there was some sort of runoff from a river.
There was a runoff from a river that went into the ocean.
Yeah.
And then the ocean wasn't the ocean anymore. It was a river.
Right.
And they're like, how can koi, even like a mixture of ocean and river, like they can only live in fresh water.
Right.
So it was like,
I'm not a marine biologist, but it made sense to me. But maybe it made sense to me because I am not a marine biologist. You know?
That's exactly why. I'm a marine biologist.
Oh.
So I would know.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Sometimes being smart don't help.
No.
Sometimes being dumb makes for a better experience. Like me. It wasn't an insult to you.
It's okay. I know you had to tell yourself that.
Tell myself that I'm dumb?
Yeah, that was really interesting.
Yeah, it was cool.
You know, where did they come from? Like, have we seen any other big koi in Wano? Are they just at the entrance of Wano? Like, why are they there?
It's just fun. It was just fun to me because like in Dressrosa, they had those fighting fish. There seems to be all these like
I guess
crazy creatures exclusive to all these islands, and this just seemed like Wano's version of that koi, which was very thematically appropriate.
Yeah,
I felt like, and it just again for me, it just helped set the tone. I guess a lot more of like
koi.
What this was. I was like, oh koi,
oh
koi, we're in Wano now.
Yeah.
But the Luffy and the gang Luffy and the gang get separated, and Luffy washes up on a beach next to a dog, or not next to, but shortly a dog and a giant baboon with a sword.
Obsessed. I love
out of the forest fighting.
I love, you could just tell like Oda loves animals, and cover pages, art books full of just like the Straw Hats doing random shit with animals. Like, I'm obsessed. And I love these two characters so much. They were cool. So cool. The lion dog, awesome. Yeah. The baboon, so cute. They're just, I love them.
Yeah. They were cool. They were really cool, and they had a lot of personality in the anime too. They're hearing their barks and their growls. Yeah. Luffy has also lost his reverie card, so he can't get back to everybody. Someone tries to snipe him, but Luffy takes him out and uses his haki on the baboon. Yeah, this is something that Luffy's always been pretty good at. Even we saw when he was training on the island with Ray Lee that he does. When it comes to animals, he is very just like naturally able to. He is naturally like attuned with them, and has never had a problem like making animals his friends.
Yeah, I liked that panel too. I mean, I drew a little bit of his face. He just looks so scary. The baboon was like, cussing him out. No, just kidding. No, the baboon was giving him shit, and then he's just like, "What?" And then he's like. He's like being all bashful. And the other lion dog's like sitting down next to them, and they're like, just obeying Luffy now. Loved it.
Yeah. It was so fun. Then we meet Otama for the first time. She takes out the bad guy. She was in a bag.
She was in a little bag.
Yeah. She was being taken. She was being kidnapped.
Yeah, she's being kidnapped. Little bag.
Yeah.
This girl goes through it. I mean, this girl goes through it. I mean.
I'm never going to complain about anything ever again.
No, for real. She goes through it daily.
On the daily.
Every day of her
life.
And
sad.
Yeah, it was very sad. Luffy, of course, beats up the kidnappers. Otama is free, and we find out that she has a really cool devil fruit ability. She does this little thing with her cheek, and her cheek turns into a little dumpling. And from my understanding, she can give these dumplings to animals or even smile fruit users.
Because they are
half animal,
essentially, possibly.
And she can basically become their like masters, and they kind of have to follow her.
Yeah.
And they have like this duty to follow her.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really, really cool. And it was just so cute. I was like, wait, dongo? Like, does she have the dongo fruit, the mochi fruit? No, but it was the what is it? The dumpling. What I forgot what it's called.
I forgot the exact name of what she calls the dumpling she pulls out of
the
her cheek.
dump fruit. I'm just kidding.
Okay, Megan. I do like that fruit though. I do like that fruit. Give me that fruit.
I do like that fruit
does
though.
it give me a dumper or does it make me take a dump? Because
it gives you a dumper.
Oh, give me that fruit then. Yeah. Give me that fruit.
Yeah, so yeah, she does a little thing and she just I love her so much.
Yeah,
she's so cute.
She's super
she calls
cute.
Luffy, big brother. She's like, Aniki!
Yeah. She obviously feeds one of her dumplings to the baboon and is able to make him become her servant.
Yes.
And wants to repay Luffy for saving her life.
Yes.
Because Luffy took out that guy and helped her escape. So she wants to take him back and give him a meal, give him food, and offers to help him in any way she can.
Biggest face crack too.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I was not expecting this at all. Like, not even in the slightest until it was revealed. And I was like,
yeah. They go back. She this in the anime too. It's a lot of time spent on her really putting care and love into preparing this meal, and watching it after knowing the reveal made watching her make it with so much love so much more heartbreaking.
It was sad. It was so sad.
But we find out, I mean, she gives Luffy the rice and Luffy eats it. And there's even a funny moment where Luffy's like, I'll take some more. And she's like, that's all I have. And he's like, I meant I'm full, actually. And he's just like licking the bowl.
And she's like, you're lying.
Like, you're a bad liar. But then she goes out. I think she says she has to go to the bathroom. But we find out where she's really going. But before that, her master shows up. Tengu Yama Hitetsu, the katana blacksmith, shows up.
This was so cool because we see like there is a Tengu mask in Demon Slayer, which was cool. But like having those wings, like it was like a nod to like the Tengu demons, or I think they're like half gods or something, or like mini gods. And they have the mask. They might. I don't know if they're demi. I think they're like it's a different type of category. Comment below. You guys will know. You guys will know before me in this moment right now. But they have the mask and they have wings and stuff. So it was cool to see one like he has the wings.
Yeah. No. I love every design that we've seen for even Raizu, like everybody from Wano, Kinemon included.
I mean, speed.
Well, I mean, now we're talking about a gifter, I guess, a smile fruit.
Speed, a headliner. I love the term headliner. You're a headliner for this evening.
Yeah,
speed. And she goes, hey.
Yeah. She says, let's do it like if Speed, like what's Speed's opening joke? She comes on stage. She'd say like, sorry, can you guys hear me in the back? I'm a little hoarse. yeah, because she's a little hoarse.
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend broke up with me. Yeah. But I could care it less.
Got him. Love Speed's design too. Seeing her color palette in the anime.
Loved
Holy
it.
Shit, dude.
Love her. Anyway, yeah, so.
But yeah, she,
it's revealed the saddest thing of work.
Hitetsu reveals that Otama doesn't get to eat very often. She only gets to eat scraps. And only twice a year, on the New Year and on her birthday, is when she actually gets to eat food, and that is just rice. So to quell her growling stomach and her hunger, she goes down to the poison river to drink from it and ends up getting sick. Being a child, she hasn't developed an immunity or a tolerance to this. Her body's not capable of fighting this poison off. So she gets sick.
She only eats real food twice a year. She's never had like any other food besides rice at this point.
Right. Yeah. Sad. We said sad.
She does it because, she literally thought like, oh, this is it for me. Like I'm going to be put away, or they're going to find out about my devil fruit power. I'm just going to be like a slave for Kaido or like whoever the fuck. Like, and then Luffy came and saved the day. So she was like, I got to do something.
And even when Luffy asks her or asks them why they live there, like, why do you live here next to this poison river?
Aren't there better places? I mean,
there are better places, I guess, to live. But they say because, interestingly, Otama says she's waiting for someone, which is Ace. But Tengu Yama Hitetsu says that he's waiting for somebody as well. And I believe after we get to the end of Act 1, we kind of possibly, maybe know
Mm-hmm.
who he's waiting for. But that's when, she reveals that she is there because she is waiting for Ace. And Luffy, in true Luffy fashion, tells her immediately that Ace is dead. And like you said in the beginning of the episode, this had to be very hard news for Luffy to have to deliver himself.
Yeah, because it was like in that moment I kind of realized like, oh shit, like he's never really had to like say it out loud like that to someone, and to see someone's reaction to it. Like, of course, like Sabo saw Luffy's reaction to being like, just kind of explaining the situation. Like, Sabo already knew, but to say all that and like still say like that's not my brother, like Luffy fashion, just like that's not important right now. Like,
yeah, he doesn't even mention that Ace was his brother.
No,
but I think Luffy knows. I mean, this is hurting and has hurt Luffy more than anyone. I guess the next closest person would be Sabo, and maybe Garp, and of course Whitebeard. But Luffy knows this pain. Like, this pain is, he feels it a lot, and probably even still, it's been 2 years, but it's probably still very fresh. So I think what he is trying to do, and he kind of says, is there's no point in beating around the bush. There's no point in being nice about it. This is what happened, and it sucks, and it's hard, and he knows firsthand that it's hard, but he also is on the other side of it and knows that there is another side. And instead of drawing it out, he wants to get straight to the point, because he doesn't want this little girl to keep putting herself in this place, harming her own health, harming herself, putting herself in danger for something that is just never going to happen.
Yeah.
So I really respect it. It seemed kind of cold, but, knowing Luffy, we know that he's doing it from a place of love. He cares about her well-being and knows that he just has to rip that Band-Aid off. And nobody knows better than him. And that's why it was really powerful. Yeah. Crazy. But that's when, Otama's master tells Luffy that he's been waiting for someone there too. And then he also talks about Drake's destruction of their village and Ace's time in Wano, which was interesting to me because, again, Drake is someone else who I really, really like. I forgot to mention, part of the Worst Generation, another character that I really like. This man can turn into a dinosaur. And another character that also from the Worst Generation that we got to know a little bit about, and that I actually wanted to know more about, being ex-Marine, being someone who kind of left but still seemed to have valuable information. So it was strange to me that it seems that he has aligned himself with Kaido. That seemed a little strange.
Yeah, and he was doing bad shit.
And it seemed odd to me. But maybe that'll be expanded on later. But Ace's time in Wano, he was there for about a week. Or no, he was there for a couple of weeks. And he learned how to make hats there, like we said, Marine Ford. He mentioned that. And that's that foreshadowing, that line that you look back and you go, oh, damn. Like,
that was right. Yeah.
He did say that.
Yeah.
And just the flashbacks and getting to see him there. And
I mean, yeah, in the anime, they definitely, that's what I like about it too. It's like, these moments that are just like, one panel, and you can kind of get an idea of what it is, but seeing like, the music and all the things like he did for Otama and hanging out with her, I was just like,
yeah.
And it was like, maybe at that moment in time, like, oh, definitely Otama was different, but just like, Ace is inherently a big brother. Luffy is his little brother. So like having that relationship with like a younger person, like maybe made him feel nostalgic. Maybe he saw her, as Luffy, and like vice versa. Like now, like Otama sees Luffy as her big brother.
Yeah. And
now he's a big brother now, and it's just like full circle.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. And I like what you said. We do get a lot more time spent on those smaller moments in the manga, which I appreciate.
Anime.
I mean, in the anime, yeah. That's when Otama's master gives Luffy a kimono, which is sick. And Luffy takes the blade, Kitetsu 2, counted among the 21 excellent grade swords forged by his forefather. Zoro has Kitetsu 3.
Yeah.
And I assume if we're doing it numerically, that Kitetsu 2 is maybe on the same level or even a little more powerful, a little stronger, maybe even.
Yeah. And
also a cursed blade, though.
Yeah. And he's just like, Luffy doesn't grab it to be like, oh, I need this to protect myself. I need this too. He just grabs it for like as a prop, pretty much. He's like, this will make me look more like a samurai.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, you cannot take this. Like, you can't. This is you have no idea how valuable this sword is. And he's like, okay, give me yours then. He's like, no, this one's valuable too.
Yeah.
And yeah, seeing it later how he uses it, it's just like,
yeah.
And he still has it, so
Zoro's gonna get that sword.
Maybe.
Zoro's gonna get that sword.
He wants it. He needs it.
He wants it. He needs it. He's gonna get it. My man gets what he wants.
But yeah, him kind of being with that sword, like just grabbing it for a prop. But
yeah, one of the most powerful blades we've seen.
Yeah,
he just grabs as a prop.
And for it to be cursed too, like what kind of curse? Is it the same type of curse? Like what type of I don't know. Luffy just holding it around. Like what will that mean?
More chaos, which Luffy loves.
Which Luffy loves.
We also learned that Ace made Otama a promise that if she became a ninja or
a bewitching
ninja by the time he returned.
Do you really just say bewitching Ace? Like, that's sus. Like
no. Yeah, he said, does it?
That is like
Ace said, right? Like, does it have to be bewitching?
No, I think it was like one of his, people in his crew or something. Because Ace is like bewitching, and then he's like, "Are you sure?"
No, I think she said bewitching, and then Ace said, like, does it have to be bewitching? I'm almost positive, but I've been wrong, like I've said before.
A manga is open to interpretation.
I mean, one of us misread it.
But anyway, yeah, it was because even like, okay, bewitching, like what a weird thing for a little girl to say.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Still very cute. Her excuse, her in the anime, she's like, I have to be nimble. Like that's why I can't eat right now. And she's like,
yeah. She's so cute.
Oh my god, I can't.
But yeah, he said that she could join his crew if when he came back, that she could, if she was a ninja when he got back, that she could join the crew. But alas, sadly, he never comes back. Who knows though? Time travel? Who knows, dude? Who freaking knows? So this is when they go to the wasteland. Otama's sick now because she drank the water. She's not doing too well. So Luffy wants to help her by taking her to get help, a doctor. They go to the wasteland, and that's where they find Zoro, the Ronin, helping someone, not out of the kindness of his heart, but so that he can get the booze off of the criminal that he's beating up.
As one does.
And that's when we see Zoro's reaction to seeing Luffy, which was so sweet. And just means so much more coming from Zoro. Like, this is Zoro.
I know. I feel like I don't know. He's so serious now. I feel like pre-time skip Zoro, like when we first started meeting him, he was just like, I don't know, a little bit more goofy.
Well, I mean, that's because, and I think it was after the Barate.
Definitely. Which is not a bad thing, but
of all the Straw Hats, like his goal is similar, maybe most similar to Luffy's in a sense, where he wants to become stronger and be the best swordsman.
I mean, he has to fight Mihawk like
at
one-on-one, like for the kill.
At some point, yeah.
Like, do you think there'll be another time skip?
I would not be surprised if they all get sent 20 years into the future. I would not be surprised. Someone has that ability now, that the queen or that Oden's wife is dead. Someone has that ability, or she might not even be dead. But I just have a feeling. That
would be cool. But yeah, I feel like there'll be another time skip situation. I feel like.
Yeah, I hope so. I would love to see it. But their banter is the best. We kind of talked about in the beginning of the episode. Zoro and Luffy seeing the OG Straw Hats back together. Their dynamic is so funny. And it's just the best. It was such a good time to read and to see. I could read many Zoro and Luffy adventures. I love all the Straw Hats. I love my Frankie. I love my Brook. But them together, they just work so well together. Their chaotic energy, how they sort of bring and each other's absurd, rash decisions is it's a wonderful thing to see. That's when we see Luffy and Zoro come across Hawkins, and we see, his giant straw man, and learn about his 10 lives. You okay, Nami?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You all right, Nami? Got a little something caught in your throat?
Yeah, I'm okay.
And again, we talked about Hawkins at the beginning, and him just being so sick, and all of his abilities. Getting to see more of him.
Yeah,
amazing.
It was so sick. Yeah, the straw sword, all of it. So cool. So cool to see.
Hell yeah. And we don't want to linger here too long just because we got a lot to get through, and we already kind of talked about it in the beginning. But that's when we realized that the person that Zoro saved was someone by the name of Otsuru, who is the owner of a tea shop. She invites him back to her tea shop to cure Otama.
I heard that this was a lot of this is, a lot of these stories are taken from Japanese, other Japanese folklore and stories. I heard that this was a story about a swan who was injured, and someone a traveler rescued the swan, and then the swan repaid him somehow or brought him back. I don't know exactly. Or comment below if that rings a bell. But I thought it was cool because she does have the in her shop, the shop sign is a swan.
Oh, that'd be sick, and that would make so much sense.
I just don't know what the name is called. And there's another story that's called it's so close to Momonosuke. It's I think I wrote it down somewhere, but it is kind of the same type of story with a demon, which is kind of represents Kaido. It's not exactly the same, but there are people have taken similarities.
Inspiration.
From it.
I also heard
Wano,
that similar to a Japanese kabuki style play that works on a 5-act structure, that Wano was thought to be 5 acts. The first act being this introduction to characters, the 5th act being the conclusion, and 3 acts in the middle. But I think it ended up being 3. I don't know why that happened, or if people just assumed that it was going to follow this 5-act structure or not. But that's also what makes me think that a lot of these, could be inspired from those types of maybe stories.
Yeah, and Oda does it all the time with takes on fairy tales, history, little spins on everything, and I mean it's kind of the same with what Wano is actually kind of taken by, which is I think the Sakoku years of Japan, which was between 1639 and 1853, where it was no one can leave and no one can come in unless you are someone that they kind of agree to keeping,
right,
or to bringing in.
I had to take my earrings off, dude. My ear was throbbing.
Yeah, dang.
It's
there
red,
are some. It's not red, but it's just indent central.
Yeah, dude. I mean, maybe these are real earrings, and I just been poking needles into my ears, dude. This shit hurts, man.
Oh no, these are clip-ons.
Damn, those things hurt. Damn. Try wearing maybe 1. Try wearing 3.
Well, don't put them on so tightly.
I don't know how you loosen them. I don't know how you loosen clip-ons.
You have to put them on so tightly. But that was interesting too. If you left or tried to leave, you would get executed pretty much.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild. The world we live in is fucking crazy, dude. It never ceases to amaze me. All right, we're going to try to get through as much of this stuff as fast as possible. We also meet, when they go to the tea shop, a character we talked about in the beginning, a character by the name of Okiku, who is being harassed by Urashima the Great, sumo wrestler of Wano. And we see that Law's crew is on the lookout and sees them from above. Otama is given this tea, and she feels all better. She's also given food. And this was a very, very heartbreaking moment as well, because everybody else is trying to hold back tears as she's eating this food, because she is just so elated. She is just so, at first she doesn't want to accept it, and then finally is forced to.
And it's so similar to Momonosuke.
Yeah.
Just a samurai, that he's gonna, bring shame upon me. That's so shameful of a thing for so many, it's the same, crying, eating the food, and Yeah, it
And
was just so cute. And, Luffy's pissed. He's like, what do you mean kids can't have a meal? What do you mean?
She talks about this being the best day of her life.
And it's literally all this shit's happening on her birthday.
It's her birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bitch. No, I'm sorry. You're not a bitch. But yeah.
No, for real. And Luffy
so
vows
sad.
to make this normal. He's like, I'm going to make this shit isn't going to be a twice a year thing. Like, I'm going to make this shit normal.
And that's where she sees another parallel with Ace because he said the exact same thing.
Yeah. Otsuru tells them of Oden's castle and the Kozuki clan that ruled Wano 20 years ago, and about Paradise Farm. Zoro then protects Otsuru, who is also Kinemon's boo thing, from an arrow that was shot from the Batman.
Yeah, the Batman.
The Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see a gazelle man. These are both gifters or smile fruit users. A gazelle man gifter takes Otama, which, leave her alone, dude.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
please.
Dude, leave her alone. Like you said, it's her birthday. She's a sweetheart. Her heart is so sweet, dude. She's never ate food before. Like, leave her alone. That means she's never had a cake. She's never had a cake on her birthday. They should take her to Whole Cake Island after they fucking whoop on Big Mom.
Yeah.
They should take Otama to a big cake and give her the biggest cake of all for her birthday.
And for every day.
Every day. She can have it every day if she wants. She can have whatever she wants.
For real.
I'm a doctor. I can't take care of a child.
She's like, this is not good. Even in my circumstances that were previous.
She's like, it went from bad to worse.
Yeah. How?
How? You live like this? She gets taken by the gazelle gifter, and then Okiku pursues them and reveals that she is a samurai. This is when the three of them, Luffy, Zoro, and Okiku, they enter Bakura to save Otama, and Otama, we see Otama being questioned and eventually tortured by a man named Holdem with the lion smile fruit, which is one of the craziest things of all time. Mehgan had a very, again, astute observation. She made an astute observation. And I really do want to take a minute here to kind of really like theorize and maybe break this down and talk about this with everybody, because I feel like this is something that doesn't get talked enough about in One Piece. And I think it's very important for scientific research and for even possible theories going forward. So Mehgan, describe to the people sort of like what your big question was with Holdem, the man who has a lion on his waist.
Well, it was very interesting because I was watching it and I was just like, damn, this guy can't fuck.
He can't fuck. Where's his dick?
He can't fuck. And then, that's what you said. That's what you said. Josh, you said where he doesn't have one. And I said, wait a minute. He has balls, though. He has family jewels, though. And they share the same balls.
They share balls, which is even grosser. And I don't even want to say this, but if they share balls, dude, I don't even want to think about it. What have we done?
They split them, 1 and 1.
They each have one.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because it looks like it's a belt, but it's part of his body that he can't take off.
It is. Which would be very annoying.
Yeah, I need to see an anatomical breakdown of this man's body.
Yeah.
I need to see everything because he's got jewels. And so imagine if, you lose that. Yeah, sure, you get a lion, but you also just have balls? Like for what? Take my balls.
Yeah, it's over. It's done.
Take my balls, please. Put a lion where my balls are.
No, that's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting, and I just wonder what your theories are if you're watching and listening right now, and maybe have some thoughts on this man's genitalia.
# hold him down.
Hold him down. And thank you for holding it down, Mehgan, and asking the tough questions.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
This is when we cut back to Okiku, who chops off Urashima. We see him during a sumo match.
Bro, yeah, this philosophy, this guy's philosophy is so crazy. It's like how to pick up a woman. One, burn down their home.
Check.
Kill their whole family.
Cool.
So that they have nowhere to go but in your arms.
Right. That was the other guy. That was the mouse gifter.
That was the mouse gifter, but he was like, you know what? That's a solid plan.
Yeah. He was like, Urashima was like, damn, dude, you got game. That actually
Did
makes
you
a
read
lot
that
of
book?
sense. You read that book? The Game?
Yeah, that's the first paragraph in the game.
Yeah.
You don't need to read this whole book. All you need to know is burn down her home.
Bro, there would be shit like that in the
pillage
about,
her family.
About, because all these pickup artists, they think wild, dude. And there's like this weird resurgence of alpha males on the internet. Bro, they would say some crazy, ignorant, stupid shit like that. Like, what you want to do is you want to cut her off from the world, okay? And you want to be the most powerful person in her life.
That literally what you're saying is not far-fetched.
They would say some shit like that.
Like what we've already heard.
And everybody online would be saying like, oh, look at these guys, how dumb. These guys don't get it. These guys don't fuck. These guys, have mommy issues. Yet everybody's giving them all this attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand it. These guys fucking suck. And I can't stand it because they seem to be in everybody's feed. And
I'm not hungry anymore.
I'm not hungry.
No.
I'd rather drink
hungry.
poison river water than listen to another one of those things. Anyway, so Okiku chops off Urashima's top knot. Luffy challenges him to a sumo match. This was extremely funny as well. He talks about his record versus Usopp. He's undefeated.
Yeah.
So funny. And I was so excited. I was like, no fucking way, dude. We're going to get to see Luffy have a sumo match right now? Yeah. No fucking way.
No way.
And we do. And it was as beautiful and as magical as I imagined it would be. Luffy ends up sending Urashima flying into Holdem's building, forcing him out with Otama captive in the lion's mouth. And Okiku warns him not to cause too big of a scene for fear of luring Jack out, which I definitely don't want to do.
Yeah, Jack in the Box. You turn it too many times.
He comes out. Is it Jack the Drought or is it Jack the Drought?
I think it's Drought.
I think it's Drought too.
Because he takes all the water and he takes everything, takes all the life.
He just sucks everything dry.
Sucks everything dry.
Yeah, that's why he's got that little mouth guard on.
Yeah.
That's when we meet Speed with the horse smile fruit, and she is carrying a food treasure barge.
Yeah, to shove it in everyone's face.
Yeah.
What a crazy thing. I'm glad she got hypnotized.
Me too. And I like her better as a nice guy.
Nice horse.
Yeah. I like her better as a nice horsey than a mean horsey.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is when Law is starting to go into town to kind of prevent things from getting too easy.
Law is so stressed. Law is running around like a mom who lost their kid in the mall. Yep. He is
real talk, dude.
Literally have you seen my child? Have you seen my child? Have you seen my child? And he just knows Luffy's gonna just fuck up everything.
Bro, he's gonna next time he takes his hat off, he's gonna be gray.
He's gonna be bald.
He's gonna be bald. He's
gonna be bald.
Law by the end of One Piece, his hair's gonna be falling out. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah. His hair's done. Yeah. He's done. He's stressing too much.
He's on high alert.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah. He's gonna have to be like boom.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna
Yeah. Give himself a bypass, dude.
Yeah.
But he confronts Hawkins in disguise to keep him kind of from interfering. Hawkins, of course, recognizes his abilities, his tattoos.
Almost immediately. Yeah. You can't, if you have very...
you have hand tattoos, dude.
Yeah, you can't. You wear gloves, right?
Gloves,
yeah, what are you doing? Your sword.
Everything about you is given who you are away.
You're giving Luffy shit for not... Dude, you stick out like a sore thumb.
Yes. Your thumbs stick out because they got tattoos on them. Yeah.
What was it? Wet thumb? What did you say last episode?
Oh, that was, I think, on one of the lives we did.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot why we brought that up.
So stupid. Oh, no, that was in a Yokozora family.
Oh, was that? Are you sure?
Yeah, because we were talking about, the green thumb and...
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I forget. Hopefully you've heard that and you get it.
And if you haven't, just give us a little laugh right now.
Yeah, and if you haven't, find it. Just kidding. So their fight too and their interaction was very cool to see too.
Yes.
And Hawkins. This is when Zoro and Luffy are able to snatch Otama from Holdem's grasp.
Oh yeah, she in this meantime this is where before Luffy gets to her, before Holdem comes out and shows himself, because he does defeat the sumo wrestler. He is pulling her face with pliers. Because he knows that she has some type of devil fruit. He's like, oh, I heard that you can do this thing with your cheeks. And she's like, no. What are you talking about?
Bro, she does not snitch.
And it reminded me so much of Luffy in that moment when he could have snitched on where
Sabo
the treasure was to Sabo and Ace. He could have snitched immediately when he was being tortured like so badly, and he never said anything. And that's what like Otama reminded me of, like a young Luffy.
You're absolutely right. I mean, very much so. In that moment, she didn't give up her secret at all. A child, being like tortured.
Yeah, it's like her 9th birthday or like 8th birthday.
I think 8th, but still.
Yeah, and she's literally like on the anime too. Like in the manga, it was like, oh my god, but she's like screaming for Luffy. It's getting pulled with pliers, and like it's not working. And it was just so sad to see. But he eventually gets her, and that's when she kind of mentions like, oh, thank you, like Aniki, like thank you so much. And he's like, yeah, no problem. And he's like, what happened to your face?
This was highlight moment for me.
And she goes, oh, yeah, no, it's not a big deal. He was just pulling my face a little bit with pliers. And Luffy goes,
said, pliers? Nuff said.
Bro.
Pliers? Nuff said. Where the fuck is Holdem? Yeah, he went off.
What did he call him? I forgot in the anime.
Bro, he was calling him all kinds of wild shit, dude. That's why I love Luffy.
It.
And someone said it in the comment, and I want to get that comment. I want to go back. I want to find it. I want to print it. I want to get it framed. I want to buy a frame for it because all these people give me shit for not being able to say names right. Bro, Luffy can't even say names right, okay? It doesn't mean he doesn't care about people. It doesn't mean he is not doing his best, okay?
It's just that, it's being dumb. You said you might have a better experience.
What's
you
wrong
said
with
that previously.
No, but I was talking about me, and that's what I'm saying too. Sometimes, like, what do you? I don't know what you're implying.
Nothing.
But I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Because I'm dumb.
Oh yeah. He goes full throttle.
Yeah, he does.
He goes full throttle.
He goes the fuck off.
He goes the fuck off, and he did at first with the sumo. I was like, okay, Luffy, it's not that serious. Like,
yeah,
it really like he did not have to go that hard. He destroyed half of the town.
Yeah,
he started a fire, a commotion.
Yeah.
And then he did that to Holdem. And of course Jack's gonna come out, of course. But yeah, I mean,
this was so sick though to see Luffy again go, huh?
Yeah, what did you just say?
Pliers?
Yeah.
I'll be right back, dude.
What do you mean?
He freaking tossed Otama. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and Otama
Stay
was like,
suspended
stop.
in midair for a second.
Yeah, Otama was like, no, like I'm safe, I'm fine, I'm good.
Yeah.
And he just imagined her like getting her freaking little cheeks like freaking clawed. Like I was like, stop, let go of her, stop touching her, leave her alone. It is not okay.
So Luffy goes the fuck off on Holdem, and then Otama feeds Speed a dumpling, and now she is under her control. Otama tells Luffy when he fought her, or more so, I guess she sees when Luffy delivers this final blow on Holdem. She sees Ace.
Red Hawk.
Yeah, Red Hawk. She sees Ace. And in the anime, this was beautiful. In the manga, it was beautiful too, because she is actually picturing Ace fighting her. The way Luffy, his heart, his personality, his fighting style, everything about him reminds her so much of Ace. And in the anime, it was just like they really did a good job at driving that emotion home.
Yeah.
Very cool moment.
And I also wanted to not gloss over, people are fighting Zoro and Okiku. Yeah. Okiku, yeah. I love this moment too. I mean, she's like, should I cut them? Like, what should I do? And he's like, I'm not going to help you. Zoro's like, I'm not going to help you. You don't need help. And then she does that like cute little face where she's like,
she plays too much.
Yeah, she plays too much.
She's keeping secrets.
She's keeping secrets. And Zoro knows she's keeping secrets. And that might have just been because she was like a literal time traveler. Or she's keeping more secrets. But she kept a secret that she was a samurai, kept a secret that she was a time traveler.
She's got too many secrets.
There might be more. But yeah, that was such a cute moment. Yeah. It was like, I was like, is this going to be like Zoro's like boa? Is going to be Sanji's pudding? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, but I don't.
You don't think so?
I kind of hope not, honestly.
Why?
I don't like it. I don't like
literally, I don't like Zoro with anyone.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't imagine
Zoro does not have
would-
time. Zoro and Luffy don't have time.
Yeah, Zoro and Luffy are the ones that can't. I mean, Chopper too. He's too young.
But if Chopper found another little, if he found another little, animal.
I mean, he's like 17.
That's what I'm saying. If he found
Like
another
Usopp?
maybe a little mink. Maybe him and a little mink get together. That'd be kind of cute.
Yeah.
Be kind of cute. Maybe Beppo has a little sister. He can hook him up with.
Beppo's little sister.
Beppo's little sister.
Sounds like a
Chopper.
sitcom.
Beppo and Chopper. We'll be right back. I'd watch the fuck out of that show.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me? All the bullshit they make sometimes. They can't make that show. That's gonna be One Piece's Boruto after.
Yeah.
Beppo and Chopper. Oh, Beppo's little sister and Chopper.
Yeah.
And Beppo is like they live with Beppo.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're like a step sibling
It's like iCarly.
situation.
No. It's like iCarly. How iCarly, she had her older brother that she lived with.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He was kind of there. He was kind of part of the hijinks.
Bro, Spencer was the best. The best.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Beppo would be like kind of like that.
Yeah.
Right. And then Beppo's little sister would be like iCarly.
And then Chopper lives like down the street, like down the road, down the hall, like Freddy.
Yeah.
And
Chopper
who's
would be
Sam?
like Freddy.
Usopp.
Carrot.
Oh.
Yeah, we're doing a whole animal thing here.
Yeah.
Usopp, he's off doing some more.
Usopp's Freddy's mom.
Or he's okay. Yeah, you really added a layer. But I feel like Usopp's doing it. Usopp's, by the end, he's doing warrior shit.
Okay.
He's on Elbath.
Okay. Got it.
Anyway, so Zoro and Luffy come through. They now that Speed is under the control of Otama, they take the treasure barge and they pick up Law, delivering the food to the village. And there's a panel, guys. Go back. I forgot to write down the exact panel, but I had to, or chapter, but I had to go back and I had to show this to Mehgan. And I'm gonna look at the time really quick, and I'm gonna timestamp this. And if I remember, I will put a panel that panel, the panel that I'm speaking of, in the video. Right before they get there with the treasure barge, there is a panel of an old woman, a mother, and a baby. And the baby, the mother's holding the baby, and the mom is holding a knife to her chest and the baby. And there's a noose above them, and there's an old lady like praying as if she is about to unalive herself. Both of them are. An older gentleman is bursting through the door as if to say, like, what are you doing? Like, don't do it. They were about to commit mass unaliving.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Moments before, because of the situation, Luffy showed up with his treasure barge. Crazy. Like, Oda just drew that little thing. Like, even the editors probably missed that.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean? And you're like, you didn't see that?
I was like, you didn't see the hanging that almost happened?
I guess. And then I looked back and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Crazy.
Wild.
That's when Luffy gets back and gives everybody the food and says, by the time I leave this country, it'll be a place where you can eat as much as you want every single day. Awesome. Law tells Zoro and Luffy to head to the ruins of Oden's castle, and we see the gravestones.
Yeah, to go see some ghosts.
Yeah.
He goes, oh yeah, it was crazy. I know. I was weirded out too. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, we see at the end of this chapter the gravestones of Kinemon, Momonosuke, Raizo, and Kanjuro, the ghosts of Wano. Already.
Bro, that shit had me like, are they ghosts? Have they been the ghosts the whole time?
Me too. 6 cents. 6 cents.
6 cents.
It's a tongue twister. I was like, bro, they have not been ghosts this whole time. No way. And I started immediately looking back before I read forward, thinking of clues.
Mm-hmm.
Was this foreshadowed previously? Did I miss something? I was freaking out already.
That was debunked.
But the real answer is crazier than ghosts. And honestly, a lot more satisfying than ghosts. And opens up everything. I'm gagunked right now. This is a little aside, but Horselina, Speed has dubbed, Luffy has dubbed Speed Horselina. Horselina takes Otama back home. Then we don't see them for a while, and we will in a bit. We also see in the flower capital, the minds of the youth are being poisoned. We talked about that at the beginning too.
Yes, and we get that prophecy. We get the prophecy foretold in this moment.
Right.
Which
by
is
napping Kyoshiro.
Yes, you are the You are the moon, unaware of the dawn. May your purpose be fulfilled and cast 9 shadows on the night, woven of 20 years, and you shall know the brilliance of the dawn.
Right.
So,
go off.
This
is, of
could be
course,
talking
a
about-
prophecy
this could be talking
told by Odin's wife.
Odin's wife. This could be talking about the 9 samurai.
Did I say Oda's wife?
Odin's
wife.
Odin's wife prophesized this. She said, "Write this in your story."
Right.
Over coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off. Sorry.
It could be I think it's the 9 samurai, correct?
7 samurai. Is
7 samurai.
Right. So there goes that.
So 9 shadows.
Right.
9
Go
straw hats.
Right. I saw this too. Did you? Because I had to find that somewhere.
No, I just was like 9 because I was thinking because we were having these like prophecies of even in Fishman Island of someone that looked a lot like Luffy.
Joy Boy.
I mean, it looked a lot like Luffy standing there, and I was just thinking 20 years have passed. 20 years later, they have come to Wano. They are opening the board. They have opened. They have come to Wano. So. I mean, maybe they're the 9 shadows.
I can't remember exactly, but I mean, that's awesome. This is why I think sometimes your theories are a little bit better than mine because you came up with that on your own. You were able to pull that on your own. I heard that somewhere, and I think where I
that's
heard
a thing?
I heard it.
I mean, that makes sense.
No, yeah, I heard it. I heard it somewhere else. I can't remember exactly where, but the only thing I think that person was saying, the only reason why that might not make sense or be the case is because at this point, Jinbei has technically joined the Straw Hats. So let's run down, right? Real quick.
Okay, well,
we got Luffy, Zoro, Brook, Nami, Robin, Chopper, Usopp. Did I say Sanji? Damn. Frankie.
Sanji, yeah.
Frankie. I mean, I got to write them down.
Okay, I wrote them all down. It's 9. I mean, it's 9 with Jinbei.
Oh, it's 9 with Jinbei.
Yes.
Okay. Then that makes sense then.
Yes.
And I'm sure. Okay. Yeah.
But if Jinbei's not there,
Mm-hmm.
if Jinbei never shows up in Wano,
I mean, he has to. He made a promise to Luffy. He has to.
he's got 17 things down the list. He's like,
got a lot of
okay,
things to
yeah.
do.
He's like, okay, I'll meet you when I finish my to-do list. Like, how long will that take? And he's like,
yeah,
as soon as I can, as soon as I possibly can.
I mean, who knows how many people he has to,
speak with. He is the
protect on the way to Wano.
Yeah, he is.
He's gonna be a little late, and that's
he's
okay.
He's gonna be a little late because he has to, spread the good word.
Yes.
He has to spread his life coachings.
Yeah. His life teachings, dude. He is a wise soul, and that is why we love him with all of our hearts.
Yeah.
But I agree that it probably has to be the Straw Hats.
Either that or with the samurai. Something to do with the samurai coming back 20 years later. It would make sense because they did come from the future.
Well, they came from the past, and that's definitely what it's referring to. Yeah.
And it's definitely Oda likes to throw us off the scent, so it could be like, oh, they are talking about the samurai for sure, but it could be the Straw Hats. But again, we'll probably get a comment about what's actually. Well, don't spoil it completely. But with the straw, I just thought of that. I was like 9 with Jinbei. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just went down to make sure I didn't forget anybody, and yeah, 9 with Jinbei. Brook, Nami, Robin, Chopper, Usopp, Sanji, Zoro, Luffy, Jinbei. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, you are the moon. I want to read it again, dude, because it gives me chills. You are the moon, unaware of the dawn.
The dawn? Could that stand for D?
The dawn. Yeah, I mean, I think that is for sure.
And I have another crazier one.
Because really quick, and I want to hear that. I'm living to hear that. But that's also what Pedro said.
Yes.
Pedro said we called ourselves the Nox pirates because we were, which is synonymous with night, but night is right before the dawn.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that's been thrown around, and he sacrificed his life.
Yeah.
For that.
And this is the even crazier one. Okay, this is the part. Maybe should I save it to the end?
Go for it. It's a reach, but I want to hear it. I love it.
This is a crazy reach, and I don't know if this is a thing in the One Piece community. It probably is because there's a lot of theories out there, and it's probably very much reaching. And we're probably gonna get a comment like, "It doesn't make any sense, you dumb." Okay,
Fuck them.
Okay, Luffy, and this is such a stretch. You know how Momonosuke has the brand of the moon, right? He has the birthmark of the moon,
right,
on his ankle.
Well, tattoo or birthmark?
I thought it was a birthmark.
Momonosuke or everybody?
Momonosuke only.
I forget. So, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure.
Go ahead.
I was like, okay. So I think this birthmark of being this leader, right? I'm pretty sure the I don't think they all have it. I'm pretty sure.
Well, all their followers have the reverse moon tattooed onto their ankles. All of their followers.
Oh.
That's how they know who to pass the flyers out to with the symbol. All of them.
Then this kind of nullifies the theory.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Big yikes.
Anyway, I'll just say it because I don't care.
Yeah.
Luffy, because it has to do with birthmarks, so it kind of nullifies everything now. But Luffy's scar sometimes in panels kind of looks like a sun.
Okay.
And if this moon was a birthmark, when you have it by birth, maybe this is like a scar because he was always destined when he was born to live that moment and to be that person.
Well, I do think destiny is
the will. Yeah, the inherited will.
And destiny, just
it's
like
stupid.
Buggy is like destined for greatness, whether he wants it, whether he likes it or not. And he does want to be great, but he just keeps falling in. He keeps falling forward, I guess.
Yeah.
And failing forward, I guess. But
just because I see the prevalence
thing about
of
the sun, that's just
moon
interesting.
And sun and all that stuff, it's becoming more and more clear that this is something to do with the world.
I appreciate.
It's out there. It's so out there, and if they all have tattoos, then it doesn't mean shit. But sometimes I just see it, and I'm like, I know it's from Akainu. I know all that. I don't need another briefing of where he got it.
Right, exactly. Please.
But it's just something that
Well, it's destiny, right?
Yes, destiny. When he was born, he was destined to get that mark when he was born sometime down the line.
Despite there being things that, kind of, like you say, make that theory less plausible, I still like that part of it a lot. So I commend you for saying it.
That's just a game theory.
This is so fascinating. I love this, and I want to deconstruct this a little bit more, this prophecy. But we'll move on for now. Woven 20 years, and you shall know the brilliance of dawn. Okay. We also learned in this conversation, in this retelling, that Shogun Orochi is kind of like afraid and terrified of this prophecy being fulfilled, which is very interesting. And Robin is a geisha where this is being told, and she's kind of overhearing everything. Luffy sees the grave. All the graves, and Law's words to him are extremely ominous. He talks about how Luffy sees Kinemon's grave and says, "What happened? Is Kinemon alive? Is Kinemon dead?" And he said, "You'll find out, shortly."
Law always does that shit. Law stays doing that shit.
Kinemon, I mean, you might see him, but only at night. And then it shows a panel of like a withered Kinemon coming out from behind the ruins, and he's like, "I think my body has finally stabilized." And I'm thinking like, oh fuck, dude. These motherfuckers are Patrick Swayze. They are ghosts.
Yeah.
They are ghosts. They are Bruce Willis-I, which is plural for Bruce Willis's. They are Bruce Willis-I. They are ghosts. And it just turned out Kinemon had diarrhea.
Yeah, like everyone else.
Yeah, and he's like, I just meant, Law's like, I meant that he has his diarrhea so bad that he probably won't come out of the bathroom until nighttime.
Yeah, he might come out of the bathroom. And I love Luffy's just like, okay, like you could have said it a different way. And you guys, you people with the secrets, like all of you have secrets. Yeah. Like just say it.
Normal.
Yeah.
Law.
Yeah.
Nobody talks like that, Law. Nobody phrases their sentences like that.
And the Law's like,
where did you learn syntax?
Yeah, he's like, shit, I'm sorry. He takes it so
whatever.
personal. No, yeah. Like, you know how long I've been fucking looking for you all day?
Yeah.
Trying to get you out of trouble?
I've been trying to help you all day, Sorry if my brain can't form proper sentences right now.
Sorry.
Sorry. Shit. So this is when we find out a bomb drop of a reveal.
Bomb drop.
I mean, this is fucking crazy. This is a literal game changer. This changes everything. Everything. We see that first, Okiku knows Kinemon and calls him Master Kin. Interesting. Wow, interesting. Curiouser and
She's all up
curiouser.
on him, too.
All about him. And the rest of the gang from the ship arrive, Nami, Sanji, everybody who was separated before. They all kind of come together, and Kinemon reveals a little secret. Just a little one. Just a little tiny bit of information that he's been withholding. Nothing big, nothing important, nothing crazy. He reveals that, him and the gang, that they have crossed through time to arrive here from the Wano of 20 years ago.
I loved this. Do you need that?
Nope.
Oh, okay. That was good then. I love this reveal just because, Wano is stuck in time as it is. So to see them lipped forward and them not really stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
They're still the same because everything has stayed the same and continued to stay the same. There's no progression. It's only regression. So that was cool. Because you never would have thought. I never would have guessed. Because if they're wearing different clothing, if they, whatever, then I'd be like, oh my God, that might be a possibility. But for everyone to just be wearing the same thing still, you would have never thought.
I had a heart attack.
Oh.
I shat myself. I came.
Oh my God.
I passed out.
You threw up?
I threw up. I bled from my ears.
You bled from your nose.
I bled from my nose, my eyeballs.
Your ass.
Sunk. What? My ass.
I'm sorry. I was just playing
prolapsed. My eyeballs exploded. I was a wreck, dude. I was a wreck. I'm still a wreck. And since I'm dressed like Zoro, I'm erect. It was just word. It was just word association, I guess. That's because of the erect Zoro figure. Whatever.
Jesus.
You don't know. What I'm saying is because I can only see from the waist up.
That's moving on. We're moving on.
It's a joke, guys. Of course
We're
I'm wearing.
moving on.
I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts. I'll reveal that. I'm wearing shorts. I have a kimono and shorts on right now. I look real comfy. Real comfy. I kind of hope someone comes to the door. We got a package for you, so I can answer it like this. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, Megan's not happy.
That was just so wild.
It's a joke. You're sitting right next to me. You know the truth. Anyway, we find a little bit more out about Oden. Lord Oden was a boisterous person in his past, being the son of the shogun at the time, but he was banished to the lawless Kuti for his repeated acts of violence. He picked out the most powerful Ashura Doji, who is someone who I think we see and I think is referenced again later on, and beats him, turning Kuri into a respectable village and being given the title of Daimyo of Kuri, or Kuti.
Kuti, yeah.
So we find out a lot about who he was, and he was, I feel like, kind of similar to, maybe kind of similar to in a sense, and I know this might be a little reaching, not a one-for-one comparison, but maybe a little similar to Whitebeard, kind of what he did to that town, or the town that he came from was kind of a lawless town, and he wanted to kind of get everybody's shit together. Kind of happened with Frankie. Frankie kind of did that in Water 7. He kind of took the ruffians and he kind of made respectable men, quote unquote, and women out of them. Kind of happened to Fisher Tiger, kind of did that, kind of corralled everybody. And we see that Oden was one of the same. Made him honest working folk, gave him duties. So we learn about him, and that's always good to get a little more history on someone. Meanwhile, Zoro got Zoro got lost. I don't know how he was on the back of a dog.
No, yeah, he
1
walked.
second.
He just walked off like he does.
He just literally walked off. The man is fucked up. And Duke Dogstorm is reflecting fondly on Lord Oden. And we get to see a young Dogstorm and a
Oh my
young Cat
god,
Viper.
Puppy Duke and
Puppy Duke and Kitten Viper.
Kitten Viper. I mean, what more could he want? They look so cute.
And this is the quote that I butchered so horribly in the beginning of the episode. The samurai of Wano, who entranced Whitebeard and even charmed Roger. This is what Duke Dogstorm is saying as he reflects back. I just like the way that line is kind of woven together.
And we find out, obviously, Odin's wife, when all of this happened, when the devastation happened, when, of course, Oden was...
Right.
And she, in turn, I mean, it's like Momonosuke, that is his dad, and that Kozoku Tori is the mom, and there's a little baby. Toki?
Yeah.
Toki. And there's a little baby she's holding too.
Right.
Little baby girl.
Right.
I don't know if
Hiyori, I believe.
Hiyori. I don't know if they're alive still.
I think they are.
I don't know if that...
I think they are, and they have her time ability.
Time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Or she's even farther in the future.
Yeah, maybe. Because that's... Okay, and I want to get there, because this is all kind of intercutting as we're learning all this information back and forth. I just want to make sure we're covering everything. But something happened. When we cut back to Kinemon telling everybody about Oden, something happened, and Oden was executed.
Yeah.
Much like Roger. Okay. And although it was 20 years in the past, it was mere months ago for them.
So they're still pretty sad about it.
Yeah. Once the execution happened, they ran to the castle, but Kaido's forces had already set the castle on fire, and that's when Lady Kozuki Toki with Momo and his sister Hiyori were there. And she used her time ability to send them forward in time. She did not send herself, number one, and she did not send Hiyori. Interesting. Yeah. I believe that she had fulfilled her destiny, her duty, and she kept Hiyori there so that she could pass down her ability to Hiyori so Hiyori could use it 20 years in the future when Momonosuke and everybody come back.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I love this, what she says. Mankind cannot return to the past, but it can leap into the future. She also says that she has used the ability to travel farther and farther into the future until she arrived here at her final destination. This is, again, destiny. Again, why did she stop here? What was so important about this moment in time? What needed to happen in this moment in time? How does she know this needed to happen at this moment of time? What era does she come from? Does she come from the void in history? Does she come from that time? Does she come from a world before the world government? I assume so. I can't. My mind, I haven't slept. I stay awake at night thinking about this. So that's when they arrive in the future, and they found some of their followers with the mark of the moon on their ankles. And to the rest of Wano, they are considered little more than ghosts, and they want to keep it that way. However, they do not wish for war. In 2 weeks on the night of the Fire Festival, they plan to travel to Kaido's base and carry out a raid. They want to quietly take this fool's head. Quietly.
And effectively.
Yes. That's when they pass out the flyers with the symbol of the twilight second hour of the bird at Habu Harbor. I'm going to get that shit tatted, boy. Would you want the, I always forget, 3D2Y? Is that what it is?
3D2Y. I'd want 3D2Y.
Or would you want this symbol? Would you want Nami's tattoo? Like, what kind of...
I like Nami's tattoo. Josh drew this, by the way. I'm wearing Nami's tattoo. Pretty sick. I mean, I would want a chopper something.
Right.
3D2Y is cool.
I feel like a lot of people have lost tattoos. I think they're so sick. If you have lost tattoos, you're sick. But I do, and I like this. Depending on like how this kind of pans out, the symbol of what importance it ends up becoming, how everything plays out. This might be tattoo material. The symbol is fire. The symbol is fire. So yeah, they're gonna pass out those flyers to the people with that symbol to let them know what's kind of going down. And they talk about how everybody can help. Brooke is going to be able to help procure food supplies. Nami will become a kunoichi, a ninja.
Yes.
Sanji, a cook and shopper, and Kiara are going to go meet up with Duke Dogstorm. But Nami gets a little...
Bro,
gets a little outfit.
She's like, oh yeah, like I'm so excited to be like a ninja. And I was like, yes, Wano outfits. Finally. I literally had a Chopper figure for so long, and he was in Wano outfit. And I know, spoiler.
Not really.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. Little ninja Chopper. I mean, come on. But yeah, she definitely does not look like the other ninja that we meet. And she's like, they're completely different.
Shinobu.
Yeah, Shinobu's hilarious. But she's like, I look completely different from this lady. Why did you dress me like this? You freaking pervert. Like, where's your woman? Like, where's your girl?
Yeah.
You know?
And Kinemon knows what he's doing, dude. He's got a little too acclimated. He's when we first met the man, he was like, you indecent woman. And now he's Sanji.
For real.
He's been hanging out with Sanji, dude, for 2 months.
For real.
He did feel indebted, or vice versa. So,
she was pissed though.
Yeah, that was
She
funny.
was like
though.
expecting her outfit and the little like headpiece.
Yeah.
She was like, yes, finally.
Shinobu is also going to help them find 3 samurai that they need to find. Kawamatsu, Denjiro, and Ashura Doji, who was the guy that when Oden went to Curry, when it was a lawless town, that was the strongest guy there who he challenged to become sort of their leader, who I think is the leader of the thieves that we meet.
Yeah, we see a little like shadow action of the 3 samurai, and that hair matches. And I think they even say it in the anime too. Which, I mean, that guy, just to give a little teaser about how, strong these motherfuckers are, he shows up and Jack shows up at the same time, and Jack's talking shit like always. And that's another thing that never got explained. How did this motherfucker survive?
Well, he's a
under the sea.
He's a fishman.
He's a fish. Is that confirmed?
Well, he had the teeth. Yeah, he's a.
Did they say outright?
I don't know.
Is it just smile fruit users?
I don't think so, because I don't think he. I don't know if he's a smile fruit user, if he has a devil fruit.
He has a devil fruit for sure, because he can turn into a fucking elephant.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he does have a devil fruit. Yeah, for sure.
So,
for sure. My bad.
Yeah, how? How is he sunk at the bottom of the ocean just like...
He's a fish man. It has to be. Because I remember when he opened his mouth and we saw those teeth, we've only seen fishmen have those teeth.
Yeah, but, I mean, they would have just said it in his description or something. It isn't. Something else is going on. Something else is going on with Jack. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know what. Something. Because there's no way he could have survived that shit if he was a devil fruit user. Absolutely not. We've seen Luffy cheat death before, but literally just chilling at the bottom of the ocean being like, yep, I gotta get back up there soon.
He can breathe underwater.
I don't know. Something's up. But yeah, we see Ashura.
Well, I want to say too, really quick, we do, that's where we're at, but I do want to say, I do think Denjiro or Kawamatsu, I think, let me just go back to page 1 of my notes for a second, but I do think that one of them might be Otama's master, but their names aren't matching up. Maybe they go by different names, because Ashura Doji is going by a different name.
Yeah, and he said he needs to wait here for a while, and he has a mask on, and
but who knows?
I thought maybe just like a tengu, maybe that's why. But anyway, yeah. So he pretty much, Jack is talking shit, and
this is when the Thieves Brigade show up.
Thieves Brigade show up to steal all the shit again, and like this fool is this Ashura guy. He's threatening an old lady.
Shutamaru, who is I think Ashura Doji. Yeah. Yeah,
because they say it in the anime. Even Kinemon's like, "Is that Ashura?"
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he's threatening an old lady, and just I don't know. But then he slashes Jack.
Yeah.
Like slashes the shit.
Blow.
Like one blow. Like don't talk shit to samurai, or you get smacked. You get sliced. Talk shit, get sliced.
And everybody was worried. Everybody was so worried about Jack showing up.
Yeah.
And we see what he did on Zoe. Like, this man is not to be trifled with.
No.
And I do think that, like, Shutamaru, a.k.a. Ashura Doji, was, like, this kind of lawless guy before Oden showed up and kind of reformed him. Maybe he's, like, gone back to his ways. Maybe he's playing a part so that, his identity isn't revealed, because he does, when he does slice Jack, Jack's like, oh, damn. Like, it's, like, he reveals himself to be, like, this powerful samurai. He was kind of, like, laying low. I feel like. But everybody was worried about Jack showing up. Little did anybody and everybody know, me included, that it wasn't Jack we had to worry about. all of a sudden the sky gets black. The clouds begin to swirl, and a giant motherfucking dragon comes out from the sky.
I mean,
Kaido shows up in his dragon form, and he is huge. He is huge. And also, having read Wanted too, when they are talking about the Kitetsu blade and that being Ryuma's blade.
Yeah.
And knowing the story of Ryuma and them referencing how Ryuma was able to, it was a legend that he sliced a dragon with this blade. Yeah, just crazy. But seeing Kaido in his dragon form, this man is as big as a town. So crazy.
And he's as drunk as a sailor.
And drunk as a skunk.
Drunk as a skunk. Hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, hiccuping, and they're like, is he drunk? And he's like, I'm not drunk. And they're like, he's drunk. He's drunk.
Now, I am convinced, first of all, this man is huge. And I am convinced that at a certain point, because of the conversation we heard between Kaido and Big Mom has already revealed she's on the way. She's coming, whether Kaido likes it or not.
Yeah, she's on the way.
So maybe when she gets there, there'll be some infighting between the two of them.
Woo!
But if at any point they decide to kind of band together and take out Luffy and then fight each other, they're fucked.
No, they are.
They're fucked.
If they team up, I just don't understand how it's gonna pan out. I really can't see it. I can't see the end. It's gonna be wild. It's going to be wild.
This is when Luffy, of course, sees this and goes to the village to protect them, and Law follows him to kind of keep everything as together as possible, I guess, and to just keep everyone else's identities a secret.
Yes.
Hawkins points drunk Kaido, into the direction of the ruins, saying that the Straw Hats, saying that Luffy and Law are there, but he doesn't think they are. He doesn't know they are. He is he's bluffing, trying to kill two birds with one stone. He knows that the Shogun is terrified of this prophecy and the ruins, and he figures he can just kind of quell the Shogun's fear by destroying the ruins and calm Kaido down by letting him believe he just took out. So this is why Hawkins is really good at his job.
Yeah.
So
and Kaido goes, okay.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. And like a freaking laser beam fired.
And I was like, they're dead.
Blast.
They're all dead.
Yeah. And then the light coming on Nami's face, shocked. Insane,
no hesitation.
Dude.
He's just like, okay.
I knew they weren't dead, but I was like, how do they survive?
That's always how it is. I'm like, how did they get out of this one?
Yeah. That's when Luffy gets even more pissed and jumps straight into attack mode.
Bro.
He is not playing around.
Mm-mm.
On his way there, he comes across Speed, Horsalina, who tells him that Kaido took out her and Otama when they were on the way to take Otama back. This is when you thought Luffy got pissed about pliers? Luffy is extra pissed now.
Extra.
Looks at Kaido and says, I'm right here. The man who will be king of the pirates. Let's fucking go. King. No hesitation. Not a moment wasted. I'm right here. You're looking for me?
Big Mom.
Yeah, dude.
I'm right here. Where's the real Luffy? I'm right here.
I'm right here. You're looking for me? Look no further, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. And Luffy does seem to put a beating on Kaido. In the manga, it seems like he is kind of getting some hits in.
He had me in the first half, I'm not going to lie. He had me in the first half. I was like, there's no way it's going to be this easy. I don't know why he's doing this. I don't know what's going on. But he was beating the shit out of him for a little bit. Got a lot of punches in, just bam, 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 using everything he's got. Gear 4, freaking Gear 3. He was just bam, 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 bam.
Gear 4, Bounce Man. Gear 4,
Elephant Gun.
Snake Man.
He was popping, and Kaido's just taking these hits boom, 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 boom. And everyone's like,
yeah.
There's a scene of Law in the anime. He's like,
dude, he's just standing there, mouth agape.
Yeah.
He was like,
He's like, Luffy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And everyone's just like, bro, Hawkins is everyone is shook out of their mind that Kaido's even just allowing him to hit him. I think that's what more people are shocked about. Not that Luffy's winning, that Kaido's just taking these hits.
But also that even if Kaido is letting him hit him, that Luffy is like sending him flying, regardless of whether it hurts Kaido or not.
Yeah.
He is sending Kaido flying. And in the manga, I thought like, damn, he's getting some hits in maybe because Kaido's fucked up. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But in the anime, it's a lot more clear that Kaido is just like letting himself be hit. But like I said, Luffy's still sending him all over the place.
Yeah, he's really getting him. And Kaido reverts back to his original form, not a dragon anymore, and grabs his club and is like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm kind of over it now. Just like hits the
I'm sober now.
Yeah, I'm sober now. Hits the shit out of Luffy. Luffy's sent flying and then is brought back to Kaido, as his other, true Luffy form. And I love that panel too, where he's like, get him. He's going to be a useful soldier to us when we break his spirit. And then he's like, is he glaring
at me?
He's like, no, it's just he's just passed out. Like, he's not glaring at you. And like Luffy's like upside down, like,
yeah.
I was like, dang.
And Luffy is able to use his haki.
Passed out.
Passed
the fuck out.
And I do want to say too, just to comment really quickly on that weapon, the swing of his thunder. I'm gonna mispronounce it, but bagua, Bagua. In the anime, again, lightning from the storm cloud from whence Kaido came. Lightning begins to crack throughout the sky and down through his freaking his bludgeoning weapon. It's epic, dude. It is epic and crazy. And Luffy got knocked the fuck out. One hit, knocked the fuck out. Done.
Held captive now. And Law gets shot up by a little sea prism snail.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. And he's like, I didn't even know this existed. And then Basil's like, yeah, well, they're, sea prisms are from here. So we have been on. I was like,
Poneglyphs are from Wano. Sea prism is from Wano. Time travelers are from Wano. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I Wano no more.
I want to know more. I Wano, I needo. But yeah, Kaido has this idea that he can break Luffy's spirit.
Which is funny.
He doesn't know Luffy.
Yeah, he doesn't know Luffy.
He's about to find out.
Yeah, he's about to find out. And yeah, Luffy's pretty much, this is kind of where, I love that too. When he does, it's a king of the pirates. Really,
he's like,
boy.
What did you say you were the king of?
Boy.
Damn.
To him, he's a boy. That's what I was talking about too. Like, Luffy's going against emperors, and not only are they super strong, but they just have life experience on this man. He is 19 years old at this point. They are in, Big Mom is in her 60s. They have had time to hone their skills
life experience.
Way more than Luffy. And he is trying to just go up the ladder so quick. And he's doing it, for sure, but it is just, to put that in perspective is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the worst generation, really. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really do want to just mention that moment again. Luffy passed out, like you said, glaring at Kaido, able to use his power, his haki, color of the Supreme King, and Kaido saying, we don't need any more Supreme Kings. We got enough.
We have our Supreme.
Yeah, we have our Supreme. That's some coven shit. American Horror Story. We find out how the Straw Hats survived. They survived thanks to Shino's ripe jutsu. We see that Dogstorm comes across Otama and picks up Otama, who's still barely breathing. And the other half of the Straw Hats, Frankie, Robin, Usopp, they read in the paper because, again, Luffy was taken captive.
Bro.
And Law fled because of the sea prism nails. They get to read about Luffy's exploits in the paper. And that's when we get to see their iconic faces. And these faces are actually on the cover of the next volume. And I want this volume just for their faces.
It was so funny because, everyone is doing their own thing, of course. And they're just, living their day-to-day lives in Wano, being different people, working their asses off to infiltrate, get more information.
Yep.
And they just see Luffy's ruined all of it. Luffy has single-handedly ruined everything. And it's so funny. They're all so happy to see Luffy when they realize what he's done and what's actually happening. Because they're like, why did I even do this?
Yeah.
I could have just hidden out in Odin's castle. Like nothing I've done has been of any importance. But you do find out, Frankie getting the blueprints, maybe getting more information.
And
Obviously, Robin
overhearing that prophecy.
Yeah, I mean, Usopp, not really sure what his deal
Usopp's always got something up his sleeve, dude.
Yeah,
he's always got something up his sleeve. Don't doubt the man.
I'm not doubting the man. I'm just asking. Yeah, it's not doubt. It's ask.
Okay. I'm going to write that down. Not doubt.
Thank you.
Ask.
Thank you. Yeah, hilarious. And
No,
each one,
cool.
I mean, in the anime it was funny to see it, but in the manga it was so much more funny. It was just like, the rule of threes, it was just like perfect. Each time the words of what they were saying got smaller and smaller of what actually they were reading. It was so great.
It was awesome. It was perfect. It was a very funny way to almost close the act. But before we close Act 1, there's one more thing of important significance that happens.
A little segue.
I'll try my best.
Shoot. Go off, King.
Luffy is taken to a prison, a jail, and before he gets thrown into a cell, there are guards there who are talking about this mysterious prisoner creature, possibly.
I mean, it has to be because, we saw a little bit of it in the anime, but it has to be in order to be consuming these fish for I don't know how many years. They just keep putting fish in there, and every time the fish are done, and be ingesting that poison,
Well, no, they say that people can, adults can have built up a tolerance or can eat the fish. That's why Zoro talked about just having diarrhea. That's why everybody has diarrhea, but no one's dying.
Just diarrheaing in the cell.
Well, maybe.
That's awful.
Maybe he's shitting himself. Maybe it's a shit cell.
But
Otama was affected because she's a kid.
Because she's a kid, yeah. She doesn't have. Yeah, she's small.
But they are talking about making sure to take the bones out because it could be used as a weapon. And this guy does look humanoid. When we saw him in the anime, and again in the manga, I misread and I thought it was kid, but in the anime it's definitely somebody else, and they look like human.
Mm-hmm.
Bipedal at least. But again, I don't know. That is a mystery that I'm sure we will find out the reveal to later. However, we do see Luffy get thrown into a cell next to Captain Eustace Kid. And they both, I think they both notice each other, and they both proclaim out loud, "I'll get you, Kaido."
Yeah, this was so awesome in the anime.
Yeah. And that's where the curtains
I don't know the instrument. I don't know the instrument.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called either.
It's awesome. And yeah, the whole OST was
it was perfect. It was so perfect.
The curtains closed.
Everything felt so cohesive in aesthetic and vibe and style and tone and everything. Such a perfect way, yeah, to close this act. Kid and Eustace Kid and Luffy there, both vowing to get Kaido. Kid is someone I've been wanting to see a lot more from. And he was just in an unfortunate situation when Kaido fell from the sky. But I'm assuming that's how he was taken prisoner. So he's probably been there for a while. But there's a team up. There's a team up a-coming, and I want to see...
Another alliance.
Possibly another alliance, and I want to see the fuck out of it. But that is where we end Act 1 of Wano, baby!
Yay!
Guys, we have 3 more videos left. 3 more Done Piece videos left. And fear not, there will be plenty of One Piece content after we have some crazy things in the works. And
comment below your ideas for content too.
Yeah, for sure.
We're always looking for suggestions.
Anime reactions are definitely something we're going to do. And we have maybe a retrospective video with another One Piece YouTuber in the works. We have locked in a guest for our Part 2 or Act 2 discussion. Paravision is going to be coming on to talk about Part 2 with us. And we have a guest locked down for Part 2 of the 3rd act. We will not reveal it here and now, but it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a blast. And the most fitting way to bring our One Piece read-through journey to an end, at least for now, until we get more the final saga and go on to experiment and to do many other types of One Piece videos. But here we are at the end of Act 1. Finally, after so long, what an incredible journey looking back. If you've been here since the beginning, thank you so much for that. And if you found us along the way, thank you for still being here too. And if you found us just on this video, we love and appreciate you as well. So stick around because we got a lot of fun stuff coming. Wano Act 1, not overhyped. I don't want to say not hyped enough, but it is perfect. It was, like I said in the beginning, the perfect start to an arc. Everything, again, cohesive, cohesively woven together, thematically woven together, the dynamics, the humor, the action, the stakes, the introduction of time-traveling samurai. I'm not going to get over that. How the fuck does it get cooler than that? You're capped.
No. You can't cap with Oda. You can't.
Yeah.
No, you literally, once you think, oh, this is the coolest it's going to be, there's nothing that could top this. He tops it.
Any
he tops
interesting theories or any other things that you didn't get to mention that you want to mention?
Not really. I mean, we kind of covered who ended up getting Kozuki Toki's devil fruit.
I believe it's Hiyori.
It might be Hiyori. Yeah, it might be someone else. Who knows? What's in the cell? The scar theory. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm sure that Kid and Luffy will make some sort of agreement because they both have the same mentality on Kaido and what to do. I am curious to see this what's his name? The guy with the God, I'm so bad.
Tell me more about him.
Odin? Not Oden. He's the new shogun.
Orochi, I believe.
I think.
Orochi, I believe.
Orochi,
yeah, because I remember it. My mnemonic device is Orochimaru. So Orochi.
Yeah, I wanna find out more about that person.
Yeah, and that mysterious person in the cell too.
I mean, and Jack, what is up with the swimming devil thing?
I think that's been answered, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. Let us know. And yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. Orochi.
Yeah.
Orochi, the two-sided. They call him the two-sided.
Yeah.
Very curious to see.
I enjoyed every single panel, every single moment, every single episode. I am blown away consistently and constantly by One Piece. And to be this far into the story and to be feeling, again, as passionate, as excited, and on the edge of my seat as ever. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And getting to do it with you guys is incredible. And we are both eternally grateful for that. This is the best story I have ever read. I'm not ready for it to come to an end. For us, it'll be, when we catch up, but also even going forward, I'm not ready for the final saga, but I don't want to look too far ahead. I want to enjoy where we're at now in Wano with everybody. So this is the first episode of Wano Month. Like I said, stay tuned for all the fun stuff we have planned. Anime reactions, collabs, more episodes.
Updated tier lists.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, a One Piece retrospective, a One Piece celebration. I am in love. I am just so happy to have finally made this journey and to finally be here in Wano. I can't express to you the just joy I feel. And I'm just so tempted. It was so hard for me again, and I've said this before, but it's still true. So tempted to not keep reading, but I'll wait till we're scheduled to read more, so it'll be fresh in our minds to talk about it with you guys. But that's going to do it. I am just so taken. The smile will not leave my face because I loved every second of everything we saw here. I do feel like it's going to be incredibly hard. The stakes are going to get even incredibly higher when Big Mom shows up, what that's going to be, how that's going to play out, how their plan, how many wrenches are going to get thrown into their plan to raid Kaido's fortress. I'm along for the ride, and I'm as happy as ever. That's going to do it for another Done Piece episode, Act 1 of Wano. We are at its end, so stay tuned for Act 2, which will be one video, and Act 3, which we're breaking up into 2 parts. That is not all, though. Before we go, we have to shout out and we have to thank our wonderful, our beautiful, our amazing Patreon and YouTube members.
Yay.
Thank all of you guys from the bottom of our heart for all of your support. We really feel all of your support, feel all of your love.
Yeah.
And I hope you can feel our love and appreciation and gratitude to you as well, because we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do. We wouldn't be able to turn out as many videos as we do.
And also, thank all the Patreon and YouTube members, and also anyone and everyone who donated on our Amazon wish list.
Yes.
Josh's outfit today, Zoro, was fully gifted. I mean, we were blown away by your guys' support, and we will be doing like a full thank you when we get to the end, because we have some that are lined up that we haven't shown yet. But thank you again. I just wanted to shout them out because we are like shocked and so happy and eternally grateful.
Yes. And speaking of that too, if all goes planned, there's going to be a really fun cosplay. I am excited to say that I have a really fun cosplay planned for the next episode. Megan's got some bangers lined up too. But thank you so much to our Patreon YouTube members and to the people who have donated and helped support us by gifting us and helping us with purchasing these cosplays. We couldn't do this shit without you. I mean that. The show wouldn't exist the way it exists if it weren't for you, if it weren't for your support, down to the equipment, down to the time it takes to have the financial freedom to do all those things. It's why we're able to do the amount that we do, read the amount that we do, cover it to the extent that we do. This show is what it is because of you. And if we didn't have that, we wouldn't be able to do this. You guys have changed our lives and continue to change our lives. And again, we are eternally grateful from the deepest depths of our hearts for your support. So thank you again. If you're not a Patreon or YouTube member and you'd like to become one, all you got to do is go to patreon.com/volume1pod to become one yourself, or to become a YouTube member. All you got to do is click join somewhere next to the subscribe button on this video. What that gives you is early access to all of our content and access to our exclusive bonus Patreon podcast, Volume 1 Extra, where we talk about anime, manga, and everything outside of it, everything that's going on in our lives, other movies, other TV shows that we've watched, other things that we've read, other things that we're doing, behind the scenes stuff, like I said. You get all of that on both places at our lowest tier. If you become a YouTube member, you get access to a lot of cool emotes that you can use in the comments, that you can use in the live chats that we do every Wednesday, where we cover all sorts of things. A lot of that, most of the time, also being One Piece news, especially with Film Red coming out soon too. And there are perks to being a Patreon member as well, like getting to see your name scroll by and getting all those perks for a little bit cheaper just because of YouTube's cut and all. So there are different perks you get on both, but you're able to get the same things at both places. Those same things being early access to all of our content and access to that exclusive bonus Patreon podcast, Volume 1 Extra. So if you'd like to support, pick which one sounds better to you. And again, if that turns out and ends up being Patreon, and that's patreon.com/volume1pod that you can go to become a Patreon member. And to become a YouTube member, all you got to do is click join somewhere next to the subscribe button on this video. But if you're at a place in your life where you can't support financially, please do not worry. Or even if you don't flat out just don't want to support financially, that is totally fine. There are plenty of other ways that you can show your support that mean just as much, matter just as much, that you could do for absolutely free, that Megan will tell you all about now.
Yes. Again, if you don't have any berries to spare, no worries. All you have to do is comment, like, or even subscribe. You can comment and like any one of our videos, and it acts as a free tip to us and our channel. It is just as meaningful as if you can't donate. It doesn't matter. That is something you could do for free right now. As I'm speaking, you can become a part of the Algorithm Gang. We run deep. We run deep here at the Volume 1 Algorithm Gang. Comment anything you want. A comment, a comma, an emoji, Algorithm Gang, and you will become gang affiliate with Volume 1 and help us out so much. And we really do appreciate every comment, every like, and every subscription, of course. And sharing this video with other One Piece fans, if you know them, if you love them, if you hate them, it doesn't really matter. But thank you.
even if you're here all the way at the very end, view duration helps a lot too, especially for long form videos. So if you're here watching and listening all the way to the very end, even if you just got us playing on the background and I'm looking at you, that's totally fine too, because that really helps us out. So thank you for that. Thank you for fucking with us. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support, any and all ways that you choose to show it. The only thing left to do now, though, is to get out of here on our outro that is always the same and never changes, which today, Mehgan, is
I want to know more.
I want to know more. I love it. We got it. We got it.
We got it on the first try.
Bro, I am so over the moon. I'm so over the moon. I just even talking, going back and talking through everything. Dude, I'm so in love with this series. I'm so I just don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with myself. Anyway, I love it. I want to know more.
Yeah.
All right. So, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for more Wano month. And until next time, I want to know more.